Hello? Hello? Hello, who's there? Hi, hello, how are you all? Oh, I forgot I was going to make a coffee before I came live, and I don't have that now. Which means I don't have a cute mug to have now. That's okay. Happy Easter, everybody! Hello! Welcome. Happy Easter, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I am sitting in my apartment alone this Easter because I was not able to travel home for the holiday, and I will be going home at the end of the month instead. I just was recently traveling, so I have to miss Easter with my family this year. But instead, I decided to spend it with you guys, whoever else is just like not doing anything today or doesn't have anything going on. Hello, welcome to the stream. And happy Easter. And happy, what day is it today? Oh, I don't have my phone. What day of the week is it today? Oh my God, it's taking too long for me to figure it out. Sunday. Oh my God, it's Easter Sunday. Please let it slide. Please let that one slide. Please let that one slide. I have no concept of what day it is during the week any other time. There is no reason why I would have the concept of what day of the week it is on Easter. I just don't know where I am. I just have no idea where I am. I'm lost. Coven Jinx, thank you for subscribing. Spooky Brains, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for subscribing. Sean Merck, the Atomic Angel. Rylan, Faithmore Carter, thank you guys for subbing. Autumn, thank you for gifting a sub to Jenna. Diana, Morgo, Exalted Wolf. Those are from 2 days ago, but thanks for subscribing. Thank you, welcome. Nanubu Day. I edited that whole stream into the next Origins episodes. I'm so on top of, may I swear, my shit. Lately, I uploaded Afterlife yesterday, and I edited it the day before that, or finished editing it the day before that. And I also, that same night, edited and finished, oh no, this was yesterday. Yesterday, I edited and finished the next Origins episode, so I had, for a moment, 2 scheduled YouTube videos. Now the Afterlife episode has gone out. And I have Origins ready, but I'm saving it for like 3 days because I have no reason to post it the day after I just posted because then I'm just going to be out of content. And I'm trying to be on a little schedule now, so I had 2 videos. And I'm in the middle of an edit of a 3rd video, which is the first time, actually second time we did Am I the Assholes on Twitch. And I'm going for a whole different style of editing for this video, and it's been really fun, and I've been working on it for like 5 days. And I'm nowhere near done. I've never spent so much time on a video, but it's been really, really fun to just, when I have free time, go and edit, just make some progress on my first upload of doing Am I the Asshole? And it's for my second channel. That's why I haven't uploaded there. Remember when I said I was going to upload every week, and I uploaded once? And now it's 2 months later. Remember that. I'm working on a video for that channel, but it's 5 days. Maybe, you know what? That's exaggerating. 4 solid days of working on this video, and I have finished editing 1 reading, 1 story, 1 Am I the Asshole, and there's about 6 that I have for the whole video. I cut the big long ones because they were just, it was a lot of reading and it was boring and I got bored. So I cut out the really, really long ones and I just kept 6 like really short good ones. I don't even know that I'm keeping all 6 because I've only gotten through 1 and it's been 4 days. Oh my God. And when I release it, it's probably not even going to be that amazing, but I'm putting my heart into it. Hello. Welcome. I probably don't need the other cup of coffee, I'm realizing right now. I'm definitely buzzing off the first one. Also, I've just been having a very lovely long morning this morning. And thank you for complimenting my little cardigan and sweater. And my hair curled. I did the most minimal of curl to my hair today. I always feel so scandalous when I come on stream with just like a little shoulder out. I've done it like 3 times. I don't know why. Maybe it's the lingering effects of that one ex that I had that wouldn't let me wear tank tops, or the fear of the people who get so mad at girls wearing a tank top on Twitch. But I decided to look cute today, and now that's all of your problem now. We're going to read Am I the Assholes? We're going to read messy ones. We're going to have a good time. I always feel a little bit bad because I don't like being all judgy, but it is the point of Am I the Assholes? They posted it for people's opinions, and I feel like I'm pretty fair. I feel like I have a very fair judgment. I usually play devil's advocate too. I'm really not trying to pick a side when I go into it, unless the title is just written so poorly, because you self-report sometimes with these titles on Am I the Assholes? So I'm going to read some messy ones. I already found a really good first one. Am I the asshole for not letting my husband bond with our unborn baby? People who write these Am I the Assholes, they know how to clickbait. They know that they're doing clickbait titles. Sometimes they know that they worded it to seem like they are the asshole. Like, how could you possibly not be with a title like that? They know what they're doing. It's a sneaky tactic. Anna Marie, thank you for subscribing. KF, KD, Melinda Flores, thank you guys for subbing. Elotron, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't know how to say your name. It's Moomin, thank you for subscribing, and welcome to our mod squad. We have a new mod. Also, I put new mod applications on the Discord if that was something that you ever were like interested in wanting to sign up for. I have a fresh new one if you've ever filled one out before. Doesn't matter, it's deleted now. Fill out a new one if you're wanting to. It's in the Discord announcements room. I didn't give the sword. Oh my god, it's like a ceremony. Hold on, wait. Boop, boop. Oh no. It's Moomin. Boom. It has been done. And I decree you are added to the mod squad. Welcome. Feel free to borrow and share the one brain cell we all have. Okay. I kind of want to read messy family ones for today because it's like kind of a family day, Easter. It's a bit of like a family gathering kind of holiday, at least for my family. For like, we eat eggs, and ham. We eat eggs and ham today. We get all the family together to eat eggs and ham. But I don't have my family, so we're going to read other people's messy families. Green eggs and ham? Dude. I remember that book. Okay. Am I the asshole for not letting my husband bond with our unborn baby? Wait. Unborn? I don't know why. I think when I read it before, my brain registered as newborn? Unborn. Okay, that's fine. This is okay. You can do that. You can do whatever you want. I, female 26, am 5 months pregnant with a baby boy. This is my first one with my husband, male 31, and we're both excited to expand our family. Once my belly started showing, my husband started putting his hands on it constantly. The problem is that I have an anxiety disorder and don't like to be touched, especially when it's sudden. Well, that's fair. He knows this, and he puts his hand on my belly randomly and refuses to remove it when asked. He does it all the time, sometimes when I'm asleep. Ooh, that's a little weird. But okay, it's fine. And also when we're with family, he put his hand on my belly, sometimes even lifts my top. Around family? Okay. I don't know about that one. That one definitely, I didn't like the one in the sleep, but like I can follow the logic of I'm awake, my husband's asleep, but my baby's in there sleeping too. Can I the sentiment's there, but she has expressed that she doesn't like it. So, but then also lifting your top in front of people. I don't know. I definitely don't know about that one. Every time I tell him to stop because it's uncomfortable, he tells me this is his son too, and he needs his bonding time. He's not going to remember this. I get it. It's such a beautiful moment to be able to like put your little ear to your wife's pregnant belly and like feel the kick and hear like things. Can you hear things? I don't know. I've never had a baby. Playing music and talking to them, I've heard is actually like a really like a thing, but like you're not creating memories for him. So if it's about bonding with your son, it's really about you, but it's also about her. He's not gonna remember this. Last night was my final straw. We were out on the front porch with friends, and he pulled me from behind and wrapped both arms around my belly. My friends were weirded out. I quietly whispered to him to let go, but he said, "Don't mind us," meaning him and his baby. We're just, we don't just ignore the woman in the room. We're just here bonding. I had it. I lashed out and moved away from him, telling him to stop. He looked at me confused, then turned around and walked back inside the house. He avoided talking to anyone for the rest of the gathering. Ooh, then blew up on me when it was just us and said I shouldn't have yelled at him for what he did, as he thought it was completely normal. You can think it's completely normal. That's fine. But she doesn't like it. It doesn't matter if it's normal. Do you listen when your wife talks to you? Do you remember she's there when you're bonding with your son? How can you really forget? Okay, I told him I already expressed how uncomfortable I was. He said he was my husband and that he was meaning to bond with his son and not me. He doesn't want to bond with her and the son? He wishes she could leave the room. And then told me to get over myself and stop acting like a sensitive little girl. Ooh, that is definitely nasty. Did he actually say that? Like, those were his words? Ew, I don't like that. I got mad and told him he's no longer allowed to do it, and he got angry and said that's not my call, and I can't act selfish and prevent him from bonding with his son. Ooh, oh no. I feel like he's got, his intentions aren't to be this bad, but his actions are being this bad. And then his words were that bad. He then went to vent to his mom, and when I pointed out how wrong it was to do that, he told me I have no issue going to stay with my mom every time we fight. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander? I've never in my life. How old are they? I've never in my life heard that phrase. I don't know what that means. Also, there have been misspellings throughout this whole thing, and so I don't know if that's even spelled correctly. What's good for the goose is good for the... What's a gatner? What does that mean? I've never heard that. Okay. I was speechless and had no response. He said I owe him an apology for lashing out on him in front of my friends like that. There's a lot to unpack here. Gander? Oh, then she just spelt it wrong. Gander is a baby goose. Really? That's what the baby goose is called? Oh, no, it's a male goose. It's a male goose? You know what I don't like? There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack here. One, I do believe he is allowed to vent to a person. This is not the biggest issue in the story, but I want to say you are allowed to vent to whoever is your person to vent to, like whoever is your closest person and you need to express your feelings. That's definitely a good thing. This guy needs to talk to a couples therapist, I think, because he is completely just crossing his wife's boundaries because he thinks that now that she's pregnant with his child, she no longer has bodily autonomy. Is that what it's called? Body autonomy? Is it bodily autonomy? Which is it? Or is it both? She's still there. You can't just wish her away and pretend she's not there. It is still her body, so if she doesn't want you touching it. And all she said was, she didn't even say she didn't want to be touched, like her belly. She said, when it's sudden. So he could ask. He's allowed to ask. And she might say no, and that would be fine. And you listen to that, and you don't touch her then. If she says don't touch her. But she didn't even say she didn't want him to do it at all. She just said suddenly. She didn't like it suddenly. She doesn't like the surprise of it. And then when she asks him to take his hand off, he doesn't listen. That's the problem. But, venting to his mom, definitely, he's allowed to go. Please do. Maybe, does his mom have any sense? Because she should talk some into him. Although I could also see the mother being like, that's my son's son. Let him do whatever he wants to bond with his son. I could definitely, the mom was, well, the mom might be on his side, but he also mentioned that the wife, she goes and stays with his mom when they fight. So his mom could be on her side. They didn't say anything beyond he went to his mom to vent about it. Yeah, they didn't say anything else about what the mother said. So I wonder whose side she took. Just out of curiosity, just super curious about that one. Yeah, she didn't comment on anything about the mom except for the fact that he went to vent to her. And he said that she's always staying with his mom. Oh, wait, no, her mom. Oh, I just misread it. It said my mom He told me I have no issue going, okay, she goes and stays with her own mom. Ah, she's probably on her side. But, or on his side. Anyway, he's the asshole. He's definitely the asshole. He definitely has some listening problems. And has this come up before? Did this never happen before you got married, ever? Or is this the first time? It might be the first time. But she's still got, what was the consensus on body autonomy or bodily autonomy? Still hers. Bodily. It is bodily. Okay, it just sounds wrong for some reason. I don't like saying, then it makes my brain just think bodily fluids, and then it goes nasty for me. Shelby's reading Man's like a newspaper, like paper. Wait, what? Oh, there's a newspaper. Reading. Oh, am I just like reading it really well? I could be wrong. I could just be completely wrong. However, I do think, and I always say, at every single story that's about couples that have an issue, go to a couples therapist. That's probably that, or you're gonna end up divorced probably if you don't try to work on your issues. Dragons Gaming, thank you for subscribing. India, thanks for subscribing. Glitchy, thank you for gifting a sub. Genesis, Anna Marie, thank you guys for subscribing. Okay. Am I the asshole for wanting my sons to stop excluding my daughter? I'm gonna just say no on that one. I'll read it. But, I mean, maybe it's one of them titles. Maybe it's one of them titles that make you think a certain way, and then it's gonna be like, boom, not what you thought, bitch. Am I the asshole for embarrassing him and ruining dinner? That seems leading. I don't know. We've read some that like made it sound, I don't know. Sometimes people just title these real weird. Am I the asshole for exposing my stepmom for stealing? I'm not even trying. I wanted to read the family ones, and I haven't even had to go out of my way to look for them. All of them are family ones today. Am I the asshole for wanting my sons to stop excluding my daughter? No. Probably no. My wife and I have 4 children. 3 boys. That's a lot. 26, 25, and 23, and a girl, 20. Some of you might wonder if we kept trying until we had our daughter, and unfortunately, you'd be right. Oh my God, that could have ended horribly. Just so many little guys running around. We've always wanted a daughter, and I'll admit that this desire made us less than ideal parents to our boys. Oh, am I out of focus? Are you? You're good. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot? My reading glasses. I was going to do a whole bit of putting my reading glasses on for reading the Am I the Assholes? And I forgot. Okay. Less than ideal parents to 3 boys. We were so fixated on the idea of a daughter that we heavily favored her after she was born, much to the detriment of her brothers. Yikes. Okay, but he knows that he did it wrong. You'll be shocked at the next line. You're not going to believe it, dudes. Through therapy and counseling, we now know that we have made, I don't know why I'm having trouble reading, made them their sister's scapegoat, turning our daughter not only into a spoiled golden child, but also a common enemy for the boys and the bearer of their resentment. Well, they went to therapy, so these parents, they're sorry. They feel bad. You shouldn't have done it, because those are your children. But it has been done, and you went to therapy and counseling. At least they're doing that step. That's more than we can say for any other Am I the Asshole ever. They messed up bad, though. Like, there's mistakes, and then there's this. Like, that's a whole litter of people now that are adults and unleashed into the world, and bit shame for them as kids. But it has been done, and they're getting therapy. Their childhood, I think, made them essentially close as brothers, but it only served to highlight just how much they despised us and their sister. By the time we realized our mistakes, it was too late to undo the damage. The eldest 2 already cut us off, and when did you realize it was a mistake? They already didn't live with you, so they were at least 18. How did it take you that long? For real. The oldest 2 cut us off, and less than 2 years of therapy and counseling did next to nothing for our youngest son. He graduated high school, and we never heard from him since. We are saddened that the boys couldn't find it in them to see that their sister is also a victim of our failures, but we agreed to give them space to heal at their own pace. Okay. You kind of just have to take that now because you made a mistake as a parent, a very, very big detrimental one. So you kind of just, you take that now. That's a burden you now bear. But I see the parents don't want to fix even necessarily their relationship themselves with their sons. They don't want their sons to blame the sister. They want them to all four to get along, at least, because it isn't the sister's fault either. That they were all victims. They're right. But, oof. Well, yeah, they're not trying to they're not trying to force the boys into forgiving them or being back in their lives. They're wanting the daughter to reconnect because they resent the daughter and that's not her fault. This changed when we found out that our oldest is about to be married to his fiance. We didn't even know he got engaged. We had to find that out from a distant relative's congratulations post on Facebook. I mean, that's fine. They don't have to tell you anymore because they were cut off for already 2 years, right? Oh, no, they just said 2 years of therapy is what they did, but we don't know how long they cut him off. Okay, well. We were hurt, but mostly we understand that we no longer have the right to expect an invitation. Okay, cool. We warned our daughter not to snoop and to just let what happens happens. She didn't listen. She found out that our oldest posted about how much he loves his brothers and couldn't choose between the two of them to be his best man, so he's going to have both of them share the same role in the wedding. I did that with my sister. I was the maid of honor, and her best friend was her matron of honor, so she had two basically maid of honors. Our daughter is understandably upset and sees this post as a deliberate snub to her. I wouldn't see it that way, but I mean, has she tried to reach out to them? Does she want that? Or have only the parents tried on her behalf? Has she tried and been like, hey, man, we got shit parents. Do you want to get lunch? Okay. My wife and I do feel that the post is unnecessarily inflammatory and doesn't need to be posted to the public. It's just a post about his brothers, really. It's not personal. Regardless if he was expecting us to read it or not, we tried to contact the boys once more, and to our disappointment, the first thing they said to us in years, okay, is that we are formally uninvited. Did you invite them in the first place? You can't uninvite them if you didn't invite them. You could say you're formally not invited, but were they invited and then uninvited? That's fine. Our daughter hadn't stopped crying since. You were never invited. You never got an invitation, but now you're uninvited, so their mother and I have accepted our estrangement. It's the consequences of our own actions. But is it so bad for us to want for our daughter what the boys had found in each other? The way we see it, leaving things to fester might do as much harm as trying to intervene at this point. So am I the asshole for reaching out to our sons on our daughter's behalf? Does she want you to do that? I don't think that you're an asshole for it, but I think you're a little bit misguided if the daughter have her do it. You're doing it for her, and your boys don't want anything to do with you. So if she wants to reach out, she's not going to have much success doing it through you. But I don't think they're assholes. I think they are trying to fix. I don't know what kind of attitude this daughter has, though, because of the way she was treated. I don't know how she acts now. She might not see anything wrong with how she was treated because she was the one that was treated nicely. I think you let it go. I don't think you're necessarily an asshole, but I think at that point you let it go. You, yeah, you leave things. I think that's what you do. And then you leave it to the daughter if she really wants to put in that effort, because she might not. She might just not care. But I don't think they were ever invited. Why they say you're uninvited when you weren't invited? You didn't even know about it. You didn't get invited. But yeah. What do the comments say? It sucks that your daughter is now being punished for is she being punished? We don't know that she cares. She might prefer to just carry on as if she was an only child because she got the good treatment as a kid. And it sucks that your daughter is now being punished for your and your wife's failings as a parent. But guess what? Her brother's wedding is not about her. She's crying about it, but I forgot about that part. But yeah, it's not about her. And if she wants to make a connection with them, she needs to do it herself and not through her parents that they do not like. And maybe she doesn't fully understand why. Or in her mind, I could imagine her being like, you should just forgive them. They're our parents. They weren't that bad. to you. Northern Wolf, bring it in for a hug. Cuckoo Kachoo Game, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, they have a good point. In caps. Wait, let me read the rest of what they said first. Tell me, does she keep in constant contact with her brothers? Does she really know anything about them at all? If the answer is no, then why should she expect a place of honor among his wedding party? You are still making her the golden child and scapegoating your sons. Go back to therapy, they said. That's honestly fair enough. I don't think I want to read these. It makes reading hard. Because they're not real glasses. Yeah, I think that that's true. I agree with that. I agree, completely. I was just about to type the same thing. They aren't done with therapy. What OP described is exactly the behavior they said they were aware of and were trying to stop. A little bit. That's what asshole's not the right word for this situation. For the sake of the Reddit post, if it was yes or no, yes, you are. But entitlement? Yeah, is that entitled more than asshole? Although if maybe hand in hand usually. Ooh, someone put a quote in here that's pretty good. If their shine casts you in a shadow, that's a you problem. Son number 1 posted something about how fortunate he is to have 2 amazing brothers and couldn't decide which one he wants to have as a best man, so they will share the honor. And somehow OP and their golden girl see this as a deliberate snub and unnecessary inflammatory. That's what I thought in the first place. The wedding post, they said that even if the boys thought that their parents weren't going to read it, they shouldn't have posted it. That's out of pocket. That's not about you. The fact that you took it as being about you is a problem. It's not about you or how you feel. These boys spent 18 plus years worrying about how their parents and sister feel. It's not about them anymore. You probably aren't even on their radar. They probably didn't have you in mind at all. And it wasn't about you. It's just celebrating the brothership that they have. All right, yeah, maybe you are the asshole. They probably weren't supposed to see it. I'm surprised that they weren't blocked. Or maybe they don't have accounts, because that's how my mom gets around seeing my Instagram. Not that I would block her, but she doesn't have an account. She just goes in and types in my name to go look, which is cute. And then she screenshots it, and then she'll print out whatever Instagram photo she liked the most of, like, whatever month it is, and she'll print it out on photo paper in her house and frame it. And I keep telling her, she doesn't have to screenshot it and then crop it. I could just send her the picture. But that's what my mom does. It's cute. And that's sweet. It's also, in my opinion, so embarrassing because in my own home, or in my family's home, not my home, in my mom's house, she has picture frames hung of everyone in her family, my dad, my brothers and sisters, and they're like nice photos taken by somebody else. And then mine are all Instagram selfies that she screenshotted from her phone because that's all the photos that she gets of me. So I go home and it's like my sister posing nice with her kids, my other sister posing nice with her kids, my brother's doing whatever he's doing, and then me, just a weird Instagram selfie of me having like a serious face. It's I should have nicer photos taken of me. I just get weird about other people taking my picture. Anybody else? I don't look at me the same if somebody else took the picture. It's weird. Next, am I the asshole? I don't know why I said it like that. Your photos are lovely, Shelby. It was. I am gonna get nice photos taken of my merch though. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get each piece. I just got the hoodies in the mail. I'm gonna get each piece and I'm gonna make like a little custom outfit with each piece on how like you could wear it in like a wearable way. Cause you know how merch sometimes merch is not like a real wearable. Like, they're very loud, and they have people's names and their faces, and some people really like those, because I like graphic tees that just are pictures and things like that, and names and words. Those are fine, but I wanted to have merch that were, like, more subtle, or, like a piece in an outfit that you could make, that, like, it could fit with different things. You could do different ideas, and you could do that with, like, just plain t-shirts that are a person's face, too. But that's what I wanted to do. So I want to get like little outfits. I'm probably going to reuse the one I used in that Instagram photo of a little white skirt, collar. But I'm going to do that for all of them. And then I'm going to have like some actual professional photographer take my picture. I haven't done that in a really long time. Many months since the last time I like had that. Actually, it was the Demon Slayer picture from last like October. Oh, wow. That's a long time ago. And I have to I'm going to really try with my outfits. I might go buy extra clothes because I really want to make the photos of That's why the merch might take longer to go out. It might be end of May. But that's fine because it'll be so worth it, I think. I'm so excited about it. I'm putting a lot into it. I've been putting a lot of effort into the things I've been doing lately. The thing is, I'm doing less things and putting a lot of effort into the few things. That's why I'm not. You remember I used to upload every day for 4 years straight and didn't miss a single day? I don't do it like that anymore. And I started to do it again recently. I was I was pumping out Among Us stream episodes of a few rounds at a time, and I was uploading all the time. But I'm dialing it back, and it's so fun to put time and energy into the few things that I'm excited about. Quality over quantity. That's exactly what it is. And you know what? People who want to put out quantity, that's also not even a bad thing. That's just like a different style of doing things on either Twitch or YouTube. But I've decided I don't want to do it that way anymore. I think burnout is like inevitable. It's inevitable either way, I think, because putting out that much energy, if you don't spend enough time like reaccumulating the energy you put in, regardless of if it's quality or quantity, you're gonna burn out, and then you got to take some breaks. I take 2 days a week off. They're not real days off though, and I should really do work on that because yesterday was supposed to be my day off, and I edited all day long. I made little intros for all the VODs that I'll be, or at least a handful of VODs that I'll be uploading to my VOD channel. I did little custom intros and outros and thumbnails for all of the VODs that I'm putting out. Because I'm only putting out the ones, and I'm cutting the beginning and end of them that are just like the talking bits. Those are just for you. So I have more VODs that are like the exciting ones. They were the most fun ones that I did. So the Phasmophobia streams are starting to be uploaded. The Risk streams. They're really old streams, but the VOD channel is back. Anyway. Am I the asshole for embarrassing him and ruining dinner at his family's house? Okay. Who's him? Let's find out. I will get right to the chase. Thank you for that. 24 female, and I'm a germaphobe. I've been seeing Will for 8 months, and we were just invited to his parents' house for a family dinner. This was my first time meeting them. When we got there, dinner was still being prepared by the mom and 2 sisters in their 30s. All throughout dinner, all 3 of them were taking food from the counter, reaching down and feeding the dogs out of their hands, and were continuing to use their bare hands to prep the food without washing the obvious dog slobber from their palms and fingers. Dear God, what have I gotten into? Listen, there's an amount that I would be able to tolerate in another person's home when they are hand cooking food for you that if they have a pet, you might get a cat hair. It's inevitable. I know when I'm serving people food in my house, there might be a cat hair on their plate. There's an amount that you can take of a little bit of uncleanliness when it comes to someone cooking in their own home, out of their own kitchen. I still have standards. You don't let dog slobber get in the food. You don't let dog slobber get in the food. If you have a pet, I will eat as many pet hairs as it takes, but I'm going to enjoy the meal and thank you for doing it. But dog slobber, because you're not washing your hands. When I'm preparing food for other people in my house, I wash my hands between everything. Maybe I'm a psychopath. I do wash my hands probably too much. I got into that habit because of when I was caring for Rocket for a year. He had a contagious infection that I had to constantly, if I touched him, anything around him, anything that he's touched, washing my hands all day. So I just am always washing hands. I'm washing my hands in between every step of everything I make, even if I'm the only one eating it. If at least a rinse. Maybe not with soap every single time because I have genuinely only been touching ingredients, but at least rinse. Dog slobber. Visible. Obvious dog slobber. I'm so sorry for what you... Is it being cooked? Because let's all be a little bit honest. There is a difference if it's gonna be just... Like if you're chopping up fruit and there's just slobber on it, or if you're baking with like, I don't know, and it's getting, baking gets rid of the germs, maybe? I don't know. I'm just saying. Either way, it's gross. Either way, it's disgusting. This continued all throughout them prepping the food. Even to the point where them feeding their dog the cut up veggies that they put out with dipping sauce and continuing to cut up more. They are doing it with vegetables. Cut up more vegetables, again, not washing their hands. So you could physically see slobber on a lot of the finger foods placed out. I just wouldn't eat. Honestly, I would say nothing, and I wouldn't eat any of the food. And I'd be like, no, I'm not hungry. Although maybe they would notice if you didn't eat a single thing. They might notice. Oh. You grab like a carrot and then really quick duck underneath the table and wipe it. And then you're like, I took Will aside and told him I wasn't eating any of that food and explained why. He told me not to make a big deal out of it and that cooking the food would basically burn off the bacteria. I'm just saying there is a thought process there. I don't think it makes it that much better, really. But I thought it, so I knew someone else was going to think it. But the vegetables aren't being cooked. Are they cooked vegetables or are they raw? Because I think some of them, you could still see it. She said you could still see the slobber on it. I told him in response that I truly don't care and that I would not be touching the food and said I wanted to leave. I'd stay and just not eat. And then, you know what I would do? No, this is petty. If I was petty enough and had the balls, which I wouldn't ever in my life, I would order a pizza to their house. If I was comfortable enough in the situation with the people that this happened with, if it was friends, I would order pizza to their house. That'd be hilarious, I think. I wouldn't ever actually, though. But the thought of it's amazing. Whoever would have the bravery to do that, that's a good bit. It would be a good bit. I never asked him to bring me home. He brought me in his car. I called a friend for a ride. Now, these people knew how I was with Oh, yeah, she's a germaphobe, too. Germaphobe. That is not the same thing as being a little... Like, we're all grossed out by this right now, but being a germaphobe is a whole other level of being grossed out and uncomfortable. Especially if she like, properly means germaphobe. You know what I mean? These people already know how I was with germs already because it got brought up in conversation, so it shouldn't have been any surprise in my opinion. I don't really think that should matter. They shouldn't be doing that ever. They shouldn't let that happen ever. Any of the times that they'd ever would be preparing food. Now on to how I could be an asshole. Oh, what did you do? Did you order a pizza at their house? Because you're not the asshole. My friend was 20 minutes away, and while I was waiting for her to arrive, Will's mom tried handing me a deviled egg with her bare dog slobbered fingers. Are they really still slobbered? I can't believe that. And they're not even wiping it with a napkin? Who? What? I politely declined, and she continued to push, stating that I would love it, and that everyone brags about her deviled eggs. They don't know about the secret ingredient, though. But unfortunately, we do. Will is standing beside me and says, just take the egg. Is this real? This sounds fake. Suddenly this one sounds fake. Probably most of the ones we read were, honestly, lies and fake. Did he really? She's handing you a deviled egg and you're saying no, and he's saying, just take the egg. I'd be sweating. It's that scene in any movie ever where they just start sweating. Take the egg. Why won't you just take the egg? After like 5 minutes of them not letting up, 5 minutes? I don't believe this one. I stated, you do realize that there's dog slobber all over this food, right? Will's mom immediately became passive and walks off, and Will says, wow, can't keep your thoughts to yourself to save face with my parents makes you insanely fucking childish. I really don't believe this. Now that I have it in my mind that it's not real, it doesn't sound real anymore. I feel like this is what you wish you did. But maybe you just ate the food. She took the egg. I just walk outside and wait for my friend because it was awkward after that and then leave. Is anyone believing it still? Maybe. I don't know. This doesn't sound like a human sentence. Can't keep your thoughts to yourself to save face with my parents makes you insanely fucking childish. I don't know. It doesn't sound like a real sentence. Who talks like that? Maybe people talk like that. I'm being told I embarrassed the fuck out of will and ruin dinner. Wait, how old are you? You're 24. She didn't say how old he is. Okay. Because apparently his mom was super quiet after that and barely spoke to anybody. He said I should have just kept my mouth shut. Which I would have. I just heard a weird sound. I would have if they were trying to shove food down my face after I already said no repeatedly. You should have ordered a pizza to their house. I think. It arguably maybe an asshole move, but you should have done that, I think. That's disgusting if they're real. Who ever in their right mind would have dog slobber on their hand and let it sit there just glistening in the candlelight of the dinner lighting, and then hand you food with that hand? Are they blind? Can they not see what is on their own hands as they are putting it forth to you? Whoever would. I don't know. Maybe some people. I don't know anyone like that. I've never met anyone like that. Like diamonds under the moon. Like she's saying physically, visibly covered in slobber. I'm hearing a little bit of exaggeration, but even still, if she's actually just still letting the dogs lick her hands and then touch the food without washing them, that by itself, woohoo, gross. Nope, not the asshole. I can get downvoted to hell and back, but in my opinion, that is disgusting. Why would you get downvoted? I don't think anyone would downvote. You're gross. Yeah. No thank you should only be required once. Yes. A lot of people not knowing how to just take no. People don't know what to do with no. Because there's a type of people that really don't like when they don't get their way. And they think that their way is also good for everybody else. And so when it doesn't go their way, they get like immediately unnecessarily mad and angry. Because they from their brain, they're like, but my way is a good way. It works for everybody. It's good for you too. Just go with my way so I also can get what I want. I've met those people before. Take the L and order a pizza. Order a pizza to their house. Order a pizza to their house. And then feed. No, don't. Also, the dogs, what food are you feeding them from the table? Also, I forgot that as soon as I read that bit, I had like an immediate concern about that. What table food are you feeding your dogs? Because you really shouldn't do that unless it's like fully healthy food for your dogs. You know what I mean? Like, what vegetables are you feeding your dogs? And what other kinds of finger foods? Did you feed them deviled eggs? What's on this deviled eggs? There's usually like seasoning and spices. What are you feeding your dogs? And you shouldn't do that. At least know that the things you're feeding them, like apples, are good. Grapes are not good. Don't feed your dog grapes. Apparently, you know what I found out? You know, I'm not even going to say in case it's wrong. Somebody said if you peel the grape, because it's all the poison part is in the skin. I don't really know if that's true. Don't feed your dogs grapes. Feed them apples, though. They like apples. Carrots, I think, are good. I'm going to stop talking in case I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure those two are okay. Same for cats. There's a lot of things that are okay for dogs and are not okay for cats, or some things that are okay for cats and not okay for dogs. For cats, I do believe eggs are good, like scrambled eggs. My cat will not eat anything other than her own food, though. So I got off good. She doesn't like, I try to give her things, and she doesn't want them. Like whole, plain, cooked chicken you could give to your cat. You look so lovely today. Elena! Okay, wait. I was on stream when we were doing a mobile game, and they made Build-A-Bears, and I was like, on stream, I was like, I really want to do this. And Elena's the one I told about, and we're gonna make Build-A-Bears one day. We're gonna make Build-A-Bears. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. We're reading Am I the Assholes? And these people, parent-in-laws or something, were feeding food from their bare hands preparing food after having their hands be licked up by all their dogs and didn't wash their hands. That's gross. And then we started getting talking into like what you can be feeding your dogs and what you can't be, and cats. I also think yogurt's okay for cats because that's what they told me to give her to take pills. She doesn't eat any food for people at all, though. Also, you can't have a vegan diet for a dog. Just please stop trying to do that. Or a cat, especially a cat. Definitely not for a cat. I get to Build-A-Bear soon, Shelby. Dude, I have so many good memories of going to Build-A-Bear. I wish I still had my first one. It was like this really floppy. I let it be real loose. And it was super floppy and soft, and it was a little dog one. And I wish I still had it, but I didn't. I don't. But I had a bunch. I loved Build-A-Bear. You know what I only ever got at Build-A-Bear was when another kid had a birthday party at Build-A-Bear? Because the family always paid for everybody's Build-A-Bears when they invited you to the party. I couldn't afford a Build-A-Bear. So every time, and everybody had birthday parties at Build-A-Bear. I went to like 4. So all my Build-A-Bears came from birthday parties at Build-A-Bear, and I didn't pay for a single one. Pays to have rich friends when you're 7. Because that's the only way I got Build-A-Bear. How much is a Build-A-Bear? Now I'm not, how much does it cost to go through the whole process? For a naked one, a bare naked Build-A-Bear. I have the first one at my mom's. It's a little bunny that goes, I love you. Oh yeah, because you get to put a little message in it if you want to. You could record a little thing or have somebody else record a thing. $20 to $30. Is it really that cheap? Oh my God, I think we could have had Build-A-Bears, but maybe my mom didn't. No, we actually probably couldn't have had Build-A-Bears because I do remember we would get our stuffed animals from the dollar store. So that checks out that we just weren't, paying $20 to $30 for a Build-A-Bear. But the experience was so, they make you do a whole little thing with the heart. I'm cringing actually now thinking about having to do that as an adult though. Do you think they'll just like let it slide if we don't want to do that part? Or also are we being buzzkills if we don't do that part? I'll kiss it. I just don't want to do the dance. I always hated that part. I hated it, even as a kid. We'll do it together. Buzzkill. Hey! In the most cringe form. You have to do the whole experience. It is like a whole thing. I want this one to be... there's 2 ways we could go about this, in my mind. Only 2. We either do a loose, floppy, like really squishy, floppy little guy, or we fill him as full as he can possibly be and make him plump. Those are our 2. There's no in between. Simply. The dance isn't a thing anymore? They don't do that anymore? I'm actually thrilled. Wait, they don't know about the dance. Wait, did I have to do a dance and nobody else had to do a dance? Wait, chat doesn't know about it. They did when I was going there. They made you spin around, hop on one foot, do like all this bullshit with the little heart in hand, and then you kiss and you put it in the bear. These kids don't have to do the dance anymore. That's not fair. That's a rite of passage. If you have a Build-A-Bear, you have to do the dance at the stuffing machine when you put the heart in. And they make you say, like, they make you chant. They make you read, like, a whole thing, like a mission statement. It's a cult. Build-A-Bear's a cult. Oh my God, these kids don't have to do the dance thing. You're so lucky, because I always hated that part. I always hated that part. You just rub the heart now. This sounds so good. It is a cult. They literally make you... Do they make you say something, or did I make that part up? It sounds funnier to think that they do, though, and I might just lie about that now. Because it's a funny story to tell at parties. This is why I don't get invited to parties, because my stories are about Build-A-Bear being a cult. You give them the most complicated moves and say it's a part of it. Yeah, there's no correlation to the spinning around and hopping on one foot that resulted in more love to that bear. And how dare you gaslight me into thinking that there was? How dare? We need to plan a day. I'm free this week. I also asked H to go and he said yes. And I really love the idea of just for us to make H do the dance and not tell him that you don't actually have to do that anymore. So we make H do the dance. I'll record it for TikTok because I'm back on posting TikToks now. I posted 2 whole TikToks in the last 4 days. We're gonna make H do the dance. Okay, nobody tell him. Shh. I trust these guys with a secret. I think that you've earned that right. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe that's a mistake, but I trust you. Don't tell him that the dance isn't a thing anymore. This is gonna be so much fun. Wait, can I look really quick? What do they got at Build-A-Bear right now? Like, should it be a surprise? Or should I I don't want any of the character ones, I think. Let me see if I can find the original one I got. Because I got this one when Build-A-Bear was like fresh. They just started. One of the first Build-A-Bears, I'm pretty sure. What do I type in? Dog. That's not gonna... Is it gonna work like that? Okay. I'm just looking at the dog options they've ever had. I'm not seeing the one that I got. It was like genuinely one of the first, I think. Actually, I think it might be this one. I think I found it. I really thought that I would have more of a moment of, yeah, that's it. But I might just not remember. And that's actually a little bit of a shame. Oh man, if they have this one now, I'm gonna get it. I need to get just like and I'm keeping it naked. I found it! I did! There was a moment! I found the one. Oh, it's so ugly. And I'm really gonna out myself with how old I am. Firstly, for the fact that I've been to Build-A-Bear since they like first opened. But when you see what the first dog Build-A-Bear I got looks like compared to what they look like now, there's not any photos from like the actual website. Only people's photos of their own. And I think it's only one eBay post. Wait, Shubble isn't 18. Not anymore. Okay. Let me get the photo for it. Hold on, wait. Before I remove the old photo that I have here. Get a gander at him before I change it. That's the last photo I used to show the stream. Don't remember why. Here is the first Build-A-Bear I ever had. And one of the first Build-A-Bears I think to ever exist. That's why are you over there? How did you get there? That looks like it came from like 90s, 2000. How old would I have been? When did Build-A-Bear become? When were you made, Build-A-Bear? 1997. Oh my god, in St. Louis, Missouri. I was just there. Okay, Build-A-Bear became a thing in 1997. So this very well could have been one of the like late 90s, early 2000s, very first Build-A-Bear. Don't he look like it? I feel like he really does look like it. That's what mine looked like. That was exactly him. Wow. He is elderly. Oh. What if I Googled first ever Build-A-Bear? Is the dog gonna show up? There's just a plain bear. They probably keep just a generic bear all of the time, but update the way that he looks. In fact, I do see the first bear, which was from 97, and it says retired. His name was Curly Bear. And I do believe the time that they had Curly Bear in 1997 is the same time that they had this dog. They definitely look like they were made in the same year. But I kind of want... I'm so basic. I really want just a plain animal, and I want him naked. I don't want any clothes on it. Unless there's something that really gets me. Maybe a pair of wings. Maybe something cute like that will get me. But I absolutely will not have my Build-A-Bear wear pants. That is where I draw the line. Pooh Bear style. Cat the Mushroom Queen, thank you for the $100. I remember the dance in that dog. I am old, help me. Girl, me and you both. Me and you both. Okay, wait, what do they have right now, though? We'll just go to their website to see what's in stock. I don't want any, like, formal cartoon characters. But they got some fun... Oh my god, they got Sonic. They have a plaid and tie-dye Stitch. That's kind of awesome. They have a Longhorn, which like an ox. Kind of love him, actually, a little bit. There's also a tie-dye frog. We're stuffed animals. I also don't know that the one that we go to will necessarily have all of these. They have the turning red panda. They got a bunch of bunnies for Easter. Those might go away soon, though. The Paulette brown bunny's cute as heck. Chubby Cubby. There's a bear called Chubby Cubby. There's also a panda. But there's a bear called Chubby Cubby. There's a fox. There's an opossum. I think I saw Elena already see that one. That one's incredible. Truly. They also have Neopets? Nope, that's... Okay, I have to explain myself because that was the most brain didn't work moment. Those are Pokemon. One of them, I was watching a video about Neopets yesterday. I was watching a video about the history of the creation of the website of Neopets and how it got sold to Scientologists. Please look into that. It's insane. Anyway, it's Pokemon. Why would they have Neopets? They do have peeps, though. They got peeps. So far, I'm loving Chubby Cubby. And just the brown bunny, the plain brown bunny is actually so adorable. They have Curly Bear. They have Curly Bear. It's 25th anniversary of Curly Bear. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm confused by the online exclusive one. They have the original bear. Okay, wait. There's too much happening. Afmao gifted 10 subs. Is that? Are you? Is this real? Welcome. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Uh-oh. We learned so much on the Shubble stream. Literally look into the Neopets thing because... Can the real Afmao please stand up? Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey. Is it you? I'm so confused. Why are you not verified? Because you deserve that. Holy cow. I really don't know. Chat, what does online exclusive mean? Because I really want the possum, but it says online exclusive. I think that means you have to order it. Can you just order a Build-A-Bear now? That sucks. That kind of sucks. But, yes, I'm real. Oh my god, wait. Oh my god. I'm like nervous. Do you still have to do the dance at home? Yeah, if you get a Build-A-Bear online, you still have to do the dance at home with it when you get it. It's not the same. No, we have to pick from the ones that are in the store. However, Curly Bear, there's a 25th edition Curly Bear. Also, whoever the hell Chubby Cubby is, which is also a 25th anniversary. Is it? Wait, has it been 25 years since? Is that what's happening right now? How did we just by accident catch the 25th year anniversary of Build-A-Bear? What are the odds? I absolutely really want either Curly Bear, the 25th anniversary one, or the bunny, the plain brown bunny. I just think they're such a cute, and I'm going to make them floppy as hell. I'm going to make them so dang floppy. I just stopped by to say hi and happy Easter. I'm not verified because I don't stream, but just visit old friends. Hope you're having a good one. Jess! Wait, Timmy, I hope you're having a good Easter too. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the 10 gifted subs. I think Shelby just looking at the camera and I think she bore a hole into my soul. I never look at the camera. Okay. We shall continue reading the Am I the Assholes. Oh my god, wait, they have Timeless Teddy. I didn't keep scrolling, I stopped. Timeless, they're only $20. I'm so excited. Do you want to go on Wednesday? Wednesday's the day that I don't stream. Let's go Wednesday. I'm going to ask H if you're free. There's also a hedgehog. That's also online exclusive. That's so lame. I want Timeless Teddy, Curly Bear, or the bunny. They have so many. Okay, but we're not going to know. I don't want to get my hopes up. We're not going to know which ones are in the store. And I'm really hoping at least one of the plain bears is, because that feels like one that should be a staple of Build-A-Bear that they should have in store at all stores. I absolutely know for sure they're going to have freaking Sonic and Tails in stock. And they look awful. I don't like them. I'm going to refill my water. I might make... Should I make a coffee? Is that a bad idea? I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, I'm going to... Wait. Before I slink away. Let me put this up. Let me put on some music for you guys. I'm going to be right back, but I'm going to brew a whole coffee, so... Let's put on our good old Animal Crossing Lo-Fi Save for Twitch YouTube video. Oh, you're getting a picture of the bear, don't worry. I'm way too excited about this. I'm so excited. This is going to be so much fun. Okay, wait. How loud is this going to be? I took my headphones off. I already took Toneless Teddy on Friday? I want Toneless Teddy! How's that? That's kind of loud. It's just while you wait for me, though. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey, my coffee's still brewing, but it's taken longer than expected. Welcome. Thank you everyone who stayed through the break. We're going to continue reading Am I the Castles for a little while longer, because I just don't have any other plans for this Easter, I don't believe. Cantu, thank you for subscribing. We bonking? We're bonking. The subs that I missed. Cat. Oh, actually, I didn't. Oh, the schematic. That's Aluna. iDizzle. Josie. Oh, iDizzle. Thank you for subscribing. Josie, thank you for gifting 5 subs. Anonymously Known, thank you for subscribing. Sandpit Magician. FaZe Bell. Kim the Goddess. Thank you guys for subscribing. And Cat the Mushroom Queen, thank you for gifting a sub. Oh my God. Boldly Into Darkness, thank you for gifting 10 subs. Thank you guys so much for gifting. I appreciate you so much. Hey, thank you so much. W4 Wombo, thank you for gifting 10 subs. We feeling the Easter spirit today, given for the holidays. Thank you guys so much for the gifted subs. Thank you, W4 Wombo. 10 gifted subs. That's so many gifted subs today. Thank you so much. The coffee is complete. Oh my god. I forgot I left the camera on. Okay. We have coffee. We have water. And we have Am I the Asshole post to read. I think I need some coffee right now. I should put more creamer in it. Mine's a little darker than I usually like, and I'm gonna wait for it to cool off because usually I put so much creamer in it that it makes my coffee cold. Not cold, but a little warm. A little warm. Cat Mushroom Queen, thank you for the 145 bits. Gabsy, thank you for the prime. I just realized a fun thing about, so between my building where I live and my apartment, about like 8 feet across is the next building over of apartments, and I can see into theirs from my window in the kitchen, but usually their windows have been closed, or I honestly don't even look usually when I'm in the kitchen, but whoever was in there moved out, and they've been in there like fixing up the place and cleaning it and everything, and they've been having like the just windows wide open, and I just learned the one room that's directly across from my kitchen that I can see into is their bathroom, and I'm glad I never looked. I'm glad I never tried to look. Did they know that that was my kitchen, that I'm just making breakfast and they might just be in the shower? I hate windows in the bathroom that you can see in. Who, especially once they're in the shower. You ever been in a bathroom that had the window in the shower? And it wasn't like glossed over or frosted, and you could just see. And there's no way to close it. Because I have. I've seen windows like that in bathrooms. Inside the shower. It's weird. I wouldn't like it. You know what I'm gonna get though that I just remembered I wanted to do, and I'm gonna buy it right now because I haven't been buying anything actually at all. I did buy the one last piece of furniture for my apartment, and once that comes, I'm gonna finally be able to do apartment tour. But I'm getting window film for my bathroom. It's already glossed, like frosted glass, but it looks like stained glass. And it's gonna make like pretty rainbows in my bathroom, and I can't find the pattern I wanted. Oh, that's upsetting. I don't remember what it looked like. I'll just look through the stained glass ones. Oh, it's this one. It was like a bunch of colored squares, and I'm gonna put it in the bathroom. It's gonna make my bathroom, the sunlight when it's setting during like golden hour comes so strong through the bathroom that it makes the bathroom like 10 degrees warmer than the rest of the house. So that light hitting the stained glass like rainbow squares is gonna be some kind of magical. I'm excited. Here, let me show you a picture of what it looks like. How can I steal the image? There. Desktop. I need to buy this film. Where did I save it to? Here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it didn't save. That's fine. It's little rainbow squares, like little ones. It's gonna be really pretty. You can find it on Amazon if you want it. Okay. Sorry to cut the music so abruptly. But we're gonna go back to reading Am I the Assholes, and I might make this into a YouTube video. That might take me 2 weeks to edit later, but okay. Am I the ass? This one doesn't sound fun. Did I read all of these ones? Okay, let's go find some new ones. Am I the asshole for helping my son move out against my wife's wishes? Maybe. Am I the asshole for refusing to get rid of my plush toy when my roommate asked? That one's not a family one, which is what I kind of wanted to read, but I really want to know. I really want to read that one. Where to get the socks in the Instagram post? The socks are from Urban Outfitters. Also, I'm going to start my thrifting journey this week. I decided I'm going to take a pair of headphones, and I'm going to get on my favorite pair of sweats and a t-shirt, and I'm going to just bum on over to just some thrift shops and take my sweet time. I'm also about to sell a bunch of clothes, and then I think I'm going to do the closet video that I have been dreading and putting off doing. But I have a massive bag of clothes in my car to donate. And it's about to be spring, so I need spring clothes. Will you film a haul? If I get enough stuff, yes, I will. I might even do a little vlogging in the car on the way. Definitely not inside because I'm too scared to do that. Little bit of a vlog. Didn't you do a closet video? Yeah, I was gonna do it again because I have more things. Trying on everything in my closet part 2. And then also my dresser has a lot of clothes. And then I also have a clothes rack out in the living room because I didn't have enough room in this closet. I went from having a really big closet that I took advantage of fast to downsizing to a smaller apartment and getting a really tiny closet. So I couldn't fit any of my clothes in it. Does that mean I have too much clothes? Nope, that's not what I took it as. That means you need a clothes rack to keep the rest of your clothes. The completely reasonable amount of clothes that you have. Is that a BMO plush? It is. I'm a big fan. And there's a yellow Oricorio. Inside that cubby is a little Bomb from Mario. There's a little Gigi right there. And there's a little murder cat poster behind my bed there that's actually blocking an exposed wire that they did tell me is shut off, so there's no power running to it, but makes me nervous. Don't want my cat to chew on it, nibble it. And there's a Bulbasaur and a Lego I made on stream. And there's Minecraft potion bottle. Anyway, that's my little room tour. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling him I'm buying land, whether he likes it or not? I don't know about that. I don't know what that means. Like buying land? Am I the asshole for telling off a lady at the beach who asked my son to cover up? What was your son wearing at the beach that he needed to cover up for? Am I the asshole for blocking my mother for taking a gift that my boyfriend bought me? Okay, I think we got a good bunch to read through. I think I got it. Am I the asshole for helping my son move out against my wife's wishes? I, 50 male, have a son with schizophrenia, 18 male. He was diagnosed when he was 14 and had to spend a month in a mental hospital because of delusions. This is already hard. This is already a hard situation now. You know what? This one doesn't sound like it's going to be fun to critique and just sounds like a rough time for a family. So I'm not going to read that one. We want to read I want to read like messy, fun. I don't want to judge one that's just genuinely a hard situation. Because I am not informed enough to know how to respond or have any kind of a judgment or valid opinion on a situation like that at all. And maybe it wasn't even that deep, but maybe it was. Am I the asshole refusing to get rid of my plush toy when my roommate asked? Is your roommate... Do they know what fun is? Do they ever have fun? I know this may sound childish, but let me explain. I, 18 female, have frequent night terrors and have since I was around 12. When it got to the point that I wasn't sleeping because of them, my parents tried to find something like a comfort item that would help me get to sleep. I have a small plush bear that I have had for a few years now, and it's the only thing which I absolutely need most nights. I have never had a night terror, and the idea of them honestly scares me. I've been living in a small dorm for quite a while by myself. However, recently a transfer student, 19 female, has been moved into my dorm room. We have separate bedrooms and usually... You have separate bedrooms? That's a fancy dorm. I never had that. I always had a roommate in the room. We also had suite mates, so there was like one room of 2 of us and then a bathroom connecting to another room of 2 of us, but I always had to share a room in college. Part of the experience. It sounds like a fancy college if you have your own bedroom. That's awesome, honestly. And usually don't come into each other's rooms often. Last week, she came to me and asked if I was all right with her family. Dad, mom, they're British. I always love finding that out. You never know sometimes. You can never tell. And one kid coming around to visit for a few hours. I said I was A-okay with it as long as she lets me know what day they were coming over. Fair. Very fair. As I was cleaning up... Oh, wait. Never mind. Oh, yeah, that's the right line. As I was cleaning up my room for this surprise visit, she notices my plush. She made a few comments about it being childish and old, but I didn't really mind. Oh, I forgot that the roommate asked you to get rid of the plush. I don't know why I thought you asked. Okay, I understand. Wait, why? That's weird. Oh, wait, I know why. Because it's childish, which is just so unfun. And old, but I didn't really mind. Just a few hours later, she came up to me and said, hey, so You know about my brother? I replied with, yes, what about him? She then asked if I could give him the plush, as I didn't need it and it'd be in better hands with him. Ew, you can't ask someone that. You can't ask someone, can I give your thing to my brother? Who has the audacity to even ask about anything, even if it was like not like a stuffed animal? But especially not a stuffed animal. Why would you ask if you can give your roommate's things to your brother? Because you don't need it. Let me have your things. Let me just take your stuff and give it to my family. I tried to calmly explain it was one of the few things I wouldn't give up easily, as without it, you guys don't even talk to each other much. What the heck? As I wouldn't be able to sleep or calm myself if I did have a night terror. But she kept on with the same points about how I can just get another one. It's not a big deal. Go buy your own brother a stuffed animal. What the hell is wrong with you? This one bothers me. Who would have the audacity? Also, we don't even know that this is the day they are coming. She knows in advance. So go buy one. Go to a claw machine, spend a few bucks, and get a stuffed animal. Go to the dollar store. Go to Build-A-Bear. It's an experience. Your son will appreciate it. Or, oh, not your son. A child. I eventually snapped and told her that I wouldn't be giving anything to her brother if she kept up with not listening to my reasoning. Don't give anything to her brother, period. Before she scoffed and stormed off to her room. They hardly even interact with each other, she said. So you're not even like friends. Again, I know it sounds childish. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And it probably is looking back on it. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. But am I the asshole for it? No. Who has the audacity? Honestly, I had a couple roommate situations. One of them wasn't like amazing, and I didn't like my roommate using any of my things. Me and Megan were great roommates. She would buy food for the fridge to just fill it up completely, and she was like, all of this food is for both of us. We've split the cost of the groceries, and just there's no, this is my food, this is your food. And if there was, I would just keep, like, if I had a chocolate bar for emergencies, that would stay in my room. But we had it great. We had a great like roommate-ship, but I had a roommate in college where I didn't want her touching any of my things. Because I think she started to without asking, and it bothered me. So I was like, I don't want to share. Also, when you're in college, buying your own shampoo and stuff, it's expensive, and you don't want someone using it up. She also had like incredibly long hair. I felt mean though for doing it. I felt really mean for not wanting my things touched. We also had a little bit of a toxic sweet mate situation where, like, I think we just, at some point, they weren't really nice to each other anymore. And I was like, I'm going to go home and drive to school. But yeah, I loved sharing with Megan. I loved being roommates with Megan. I always will love the year that we lived together. But yeah, it's also not like a mean thing to say, please don't share my things, don't eat my food, and don't use my shampoo. Because sometimes that's like $30 to $50 a bottle. And they don't come with a conditioner. That's another $30 to $50 for the conditioner. So yeah, you're not the asshole. Definitely not. Never in any situation ever. First of all, also, do you see how many stuffed animals I have in my room? I don't care if you think that is childish. I will not live in shame. I'm about to go to Build-A-Bear at 28 years old. Ew. Ew. The thought just made me mad. Or sad, rather. But you know what? I'm going to check myself on insulting the idea of being 28 because, or 29 and then 30, because those are all scary to me. I'm very happy with where I'm at, so it doesn't really matter how old I am. Boom. Ow, this is hot. I am proud to be 28. I'm a very happy 28-year-old person. And this is what 28 can look like. It can look like bows in your hair, stuffed animals in your bedroom, and coffee at 4 p.m. Okay, let's read the next one. The land one doesn't sound like a fun one. Am I the asshole for telling off a lady at the beach who asked my son to cover up? I really want to know what your son was wearing that she asked him to cover up. Because when does that happen? Ever? What? Sitrek, thank you for the Prime. Gabsy, thank you for subscribing. Also with your Prime. Thank you, dudes. Anxious Bubbles bringing in for a hug. Okay, I'm 37 male, a little on the fence if I'm an asshole for what happened. My son, 17, and I hit the beach yesterday for the first time in years. A few years ago, my son was in a car accident. Thank God he survived. However, he was left with some serious burns all over his shoulder and torso. He had skin graft surgeries on more affected areas. You're not the asshole. Done. I'm going to finish reading, but absolutely not. Tell her off. What'd she say? I'm a fighter too. It's been a long process for him and all of us. His scars are still pretty visible, so it's something he's been very self-conscious about. It took him lots of time and therapy until he was able to even look at himself in the mirror. It hurt a lot to see him so depressed, being so self-conscious about his body. My son is much more comfortable now. He can look at himself, take his shirt off to go swimming in our pool. Only thing he hasn't done is be shirtless in public, which he wanted to do so. So when we decided to have a beach day, just us, me, and him. Good, yes, very good. I'm guessing you can tell where this is going. There were some kids staring and pointing when we got close to them, but my son ignored them while we kept playing ball in the water. It's a shame because there is an age of kid that, like, they just say things and they're not old enough to understand that it's not a good thing, that it's not nice and mean. And especially if their parents don't happen to be in earshot, they're gonna say things, and you can't really blame them because they're like that. There's a fine line before they're old enough where, like, they definitely know they're saying a mean thing, but sometimes they're just so young and they sometimes just say stuff and they don't understand that you can't do that. You can't do that. What's wrong with you? They're 5. That's what's wrong. When I was watching kids for daycare, and I did after school in elementary school. So, like, the hours of 3 to 6 when school was over, but the parents weren't out of work yet. And we just watched the kids. A kid pointed out how, like, hairy my arms were because I am a part Sicilian Italian, and that means I have dark hair. So I got thick, dark eyebrows, but I also got thick, dark arm hair. And he was like, why are your arms so hairy? And I have shaved them ever since. Anyway. Later on, this lady comes to ask. The audacity on some of these people, a full, whole adult woman is coming over to talk to you about it. She crossed that line 50 years ago. She said, she's saying, okay, wait. Later on, this lady comes to ask, and she's saying it in a fake, sweet voice, if my son would mind putting his shirt back on. Ew. Gross behavior. It's not that she has a problem with it, but her family and all their kids are here, and it's too visible to ignore. Some of her kids are a little freaked out by it, she said. I would throw hands. I would throw hands for my son. My son, to my surprise, tells the lady they can look somewhere else instead of at his scars if it's such a big deal. That's king shit. Zach Attacks, thank you for the 100 bits. Tybers, thank you for subscribing. I could never. That is amazing. She got irritated real fast. She's looking at me expecting me to do something. This is an 18-year-old. Also adult, too. Oh, no, 17. Still, though. She looks at the 17-year-old's father for him to do something. But I pretty much said the same thing. If the kids are so freaked out by it, maybe now's a good time to show them not everybody is the same. People don't think that kids can understand these kinds of concepts, but they absolutely definitely can in the most simple way because it is such a simple idea. Some people look different. And that's fine. And that's okay. In fact, it's cool. Teach them, it's a cool thing that everyone gets to look so different and have so many different things about their bodies that are so unique and neat. And things to be loved and also just spoken kindly about. Kids can learn that. That's fine. You can just say that. This lady would not let it go. To avoid my son hearing more than he needed, we walked off away from the water, then gave this lady a piece of my mind. Ooh, it's not over. That's what he said. He might have crossed the line of being an asshole, but I don't think so. I think she had it come in. Yeah. Kids, there's also still the fine line of they'll say anything that they want and you can't be mad at them because they don't understand. But they also can comprehend the things that you say to them. Honestly, you probably could sit a kid down and be like, you can't just, maybe in better words for a child, but like you don't point. I don't know. I don't have a kid. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't point at things and be rude about it, but like appreciate differences in people. That is a thing that you can absolutely say to a child. I told her it's people like her that made it so hard for him to be comfortable in his own body. So why doesn't she shut the F up and get out of my face? If it bothers her so much, she can get the hell out with her family. They can also move down the beach. They can just go farther away. You could just walk 20 feet the other way, and then you're far enough away. You don't have to look. She told me I'm such a disrespectful shithead because she came here asking politely and instead I reacted with nothing but hostility. They did end up leaving. Good. My son didn't want to be in the water anymore after that, but luckily after a while he wasn't so bummed out anymore. You are such a good father for having your sons back. Also, if you didn't go that far with that mother, she might not have left, and it was definitely the better thing that she left. Thing is, I've never had an interaction with someone like that before, let alone cussed at a total stranger. Yes, I know how kids can be, so maybe for her they found it scary. Exactly. But also this whole thing made me go into protective Papa Bear mode, knowing what my son has gone through, so I'd like to know if I was an asshole for how I treated her. Nope. In fact, she was the asshole first, so you just matched energy. And you know what? I find it honestly a little bit polite and restrained of your son to have simply said to her, if she doesn't like it, she can look somewhere else. Honestly, even in better words than that, he said it. Very calm and cool and collected as well, which is incredibly impressive. She can look somewhere else instead of at his scars if it's such a big deal. What a good comeback. Both of them are kings. You were right. Are you doing the bakery today? No, we're not doing Minecraft today. I'm just reading. I'm just doing some reading of Am I the Assholes? You, sir, are not the asshole. And I can't believe you'd even think for a second that you going as far as you did with this woman is you being the asshole. It's you defending your son against an asshole. Yep. And if you really just don't want to talk to your children, because that's a great place to start with your relationship with your kids, take them down the beach a little bit more. Do that instead. Am I the asshole for blocking my mother for taking a gift that my boyfriend bought me? Reddit deemed already not the asshole, but I would like to read anyway. I, 23 female, blocked my mother for taking a gift that my boyfriend gave to me for my birthday. I spent my birthday, April 13th, with my boyfriend a couple days ago, and one of the gifts included a ceramic cupcake. Cute. I love it. About a month ago, we were sharing stories about our childhood when I mentioned a particular story that I didn't realize still bothered me. A long time ago, I went to a pottery shop where I painted a pre-made ceramic cupcake at my friend's birthday party. I chose the cupcake because you can store small things, for example, jewelry in it, so it had a little lid. I worked really hard to paint it, and it looked really nice. It looked so nice that my mom wanted it for herself, so we played a game of cards. If my mom won, she got to keep the cupcake. If I won, I got McDonald's. Unfortunately, I lost. A year later, I talked to my mom about how I wished I didn't bet the cupcake, and she offered to play another round of cards. Oh my God, just give her the cupcake. Ew, what is wrong with his parents? In the end, I won, but she refused to give the cupcake back. This resulted in an argument, but with me being a child, I couldn't really do anything about it. Oh my God, how old were you? A year later, she was a child. Oh my God. Fast forward to a month ago, I brought this up to my boyfriend while joking around. However, he said I seemed really passionate about it when I was explaining it, so he tried to find something that matched my description, and considering he's never seen it, I would say he was pretty spot on. Woo, what a good boyfriend. I really appreciated the gift because it showed how attentive and caring my boyfriend was. Now, hold on, are you telling me that your mother not only stole your first cupcake, the first one, from when you were a child, is she about to try and take your new one also? As such, I kept the cupcake on my desk so that when I'm studying for final exams, I can look at it and be reminded of positive thoughts only. My mom came today, April 16th, to celebrate my belated birthday. When she entered my room, her eyes immediately went to the cupcake on my desk, so I explained to her the story behind it. She laughed and said, Wouldn't it look nice if I had both? Ew. That's like child level selfish that you should have grown out of 50 years ago. Gross. Gross behavior. I laughed at her, but deep down, I was annoyed. Throughout the night, she kept making side comments about the cupcake, but I mostly brushed them off. Oh, she really wants this cupcake. Go buy your own cupcake. Oh my God, it's so sad that she made the other one. And you know what? Until now, I would have thought maybe in the mom's mind, it's a nice thing that her kid made that she really, really, really wants to keep and like memorialize in her home now that her daughter is an adult in her 30s, 20s, and moved out. Maybe. Still, if your daughter really wants it that bad, maybe just give it to her and maybe you'll get it in the future. But now she wants the new one that has no sentimental value. It is not hand painted. The only value it has is to your daughter because it is from her boyfriend. And now you want that one too. When she finally left my place, I entered my room to see the cupcake was missing. And then you stole from her. I called her repeatedly until she finally picked up. At first, she said she didn't know where it was, before finally admitting that she put it in her purse. She stole and then lied about this cupcake. Here's what you could have done. You could have said, you know, actually, I really, really love the cupcake that you had made because you made it and it's become like such a nice piece in my home. This new cupcake that you have is also like a nice like addition, pair. Maybe I want to start a little collection. Where did he get it so I can buy my own? That's what you could have done. Instead, you did this. I was so upset. Oh, wait. She claimed that she wanted to take a picture of the two cupcakes together. Nope, you could have just said that and asked, and I honestly would have said no because you're suspicious as fuck. I was so upset that I immediately hung up. My mom lives about 2 hours away, and it would be hard to get there without a car. This made me feel teary-eyed, and eventually I started crying. Between this and final exams, I felt very overwhelmed. That's just straight up theft. I sent her a text message basically saying how upset I was and she apologized, but I was still upset. I told her, don't call or text me, send me an email if it's an emergency, and blocked her phone number. However, after thinking about it, I'm starting to feel bad. Am I just overreacting? I have a question. When you said you were upset and she apologized, did she say she'll give it back? Is she going to give it back? Because then you still, honestly, you put a boundary down that you need to keep in place right now to feel safe and comfortable. And once you are maybe feeling safe and comfortable, you will remove the block. She still has a way of communicating with you. But even just following the line of thought of if she said, I'm sorry, I'll give it back. I'll drive to you. I will give it to you. Maybe then I could see why she might feel like she was overreacting, even though she really very much is not. But did your mom say she was going to let you have it back? Edit. I didn't really expect this to blow up. The incident with the original cupcake happened when I was in grade 5. So I was either 10 or 11. Calling the cops is not an option. So did she just genuinely just say sorry and like, sorry, I'm not giving it back? Is that what she said when she said sorry, or what? Calling the cops is not an option. She pays a good chunk of my university expenses and her job requires her to have a clean record. That's her problem. I'm just saying on that one point. The last thing I would want is for her to get fired. Trigger warning for mental health issues. My mother does have a history of mental health issues. I won't go into details, but I feel like permanently going, and I don't know what that is. She doesn't want to cause her mom to spiral again. Which is partially why she feels like an asshole. Because I know how much my mom depends on me for emotional support. Then sit her down. And, NC is no contact. Okay. Got it. So she doesn't want to go permanently on non-contact, no contact. I see. If she depends on you to understand her emotions because she has these issues, does she have, at any point, just a moment of awareness to try and sit down and understand your emotions? And then also say very clearly, I am going to give it back. I am sorry. Is she not giving it back? Because she said sorry. Is she not giving it back, though? The cupcake isn't an isolated incident, but it's been years since I've had any major issues with my mom. I wish I could share all the stories I have with her, but then this would turn into a novel, and I'm sure the mods wouldn't be too happy with that. Okay, I will keep you updated if I get the cupcake for now. Did she say? Can she just say yes or no if she will give it back? I guess she's not holding her breath if her mom says, yeah, I'll give it back. Because she claimed she was just borrowing it to take the photo. Did she get it back? I want to know. She should have some ability to understand where you're coming from because she's in a constant state of needing you to understand where she's coming from. If she's having a lot of ups and downs with her emotions, maybe needs the additional help of therapy. That's what I always say. J-Burp, thank you for subscribing. DJ Spartacus and Amari, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you. Maybe needs therapy. Especially because it sounds like she has a really, really good relationship with her mom and really loves her. And this is like the only thing in years. One thing as a child, which I would have maybe understood just the logic behind, my kid made this and I really, really love it. I want to keep it so that my child, being a child, maybe doesn't break it or lose it. And it has a lot of sentimental value because my child made it. But then she went and stole the other one that had only sentimental value to her daughter, and that's it. And then lied. Tell your boyfriend, because I feel like with how nice of a man he is, how sweet, what he might actually do, because if I was the boyfriend here, just being a human being and what I would do as the partner of this girl, I would go, hearing this, and this is probably above and beyond, absolutely no one should do this for the mother at this point, but I would buy another one. Actually, I was about to say I would buy another one and bring it to the mother to get the original back, but that's just buying two. You might as well just buy another one for your girlfriend, which I probably would just do that instead then. Or I would drive there and get it, but if it really was not something I could buy another one of, I'd go there on her behalf and be like, even with her, because she doesn't have a car. I don't know if he has a car. I don't really know. Yeah, you're not the asshole. I feel like what they need is to sit down and have a very clear conversation about whether her mom is going to be giving it back to her, and also make it a priority to do that because maybe she's not visiting all that often because it's only a 2-hour drive. Does her mom have a car that she came with in the first place? She could take 2 hours on a weekend and come back very soon and not have to like make you wait a real long time. It's obviously important. You make that a priority if you are sorry because you said you were sorry. Also, mail is a thing. You can mail it. But I'm acting under no, yeah, just mail it then. I don't know. Oh, did I read all the ones that we had pulled aside? Yeah. Let's read more. Let's read some more. Am I breaking the mail? Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't trust the mom to package it well enough at that point because I wouldn't trust her, period, because she's just stole from me. So it could potentially break in the mail, and you would want to make sure that it is like really well packaged. That mother needs to very, very clearly apologize and say, I am going to give this back to you. I'm going to make it a priority to give it back to you. And either also give back the original or give back the original. No. You got to give back the one your boyfriend got you because that was just rude, plain. But either also offer to give back the original one or explain why you want to keep the original one if it is sentimental value of remembering her as her daughter. But definitely make it a priority and give back the new one that her boyfriend got her. Because that one is just theft, plainly. Am I the asshole for getting engaged a week before my sister's wedding? We'll see. I kind of want to read one where Reddit deemed it you are the asshole, because I'm seeing a lot of ones that were already deemed not the asshole. And most of them today have been not the asshole. I kind of want to... Oh, found one. Oh, we got a juicy one. I'm gonna read it immediately. Am I the asshole for getting angry at my girlfriend for choosing her brother's play over our date? Reddit said he's the asshole. I love it. I also love the everybody sucks here ones. I also love when we're halfway through a story and we realize we're reading about rich people, and immediately it changes everything about what we've just read. It changes everything completely. Okay. All right. No, you know what? We're gonna build up to the deemed asshole one, because those are just always real fun to read. Stellanley, thank you for the prime. Am I the asshole for getting engaged the week before my sister's wedding? I have a feeling that you probably didn't know you were getting engaged the week before. And so that is just simply out of your control. However, I will firmly stand by the point that if you are proposing to a person, when the proposal itself happens, definitely can be a surprise. Whether they're going to say yes or no, you definitely need to talk about that before you do the question part. You gotta be certain you know the answer because you've already talked about it. Just putting that out there. I, 33 female, just got engaged to Eric, 35 male, this last Tuesday. My sister, Anne, 30 female, and her fiance, Dean, 35 female, are getting married this Saturday. We have an older brother named Luke, 37 male, fake names and account because Anne follows my other one. I told everyone in a mass... Oh, she's going to figure it out anyway. I have a feeling this is a very unique situation, potentially. I told everyone in a mass text, including Anne, that Eric proposed to me at the restaurant we went to on our first date. I noticed everyone except Anne responded right away. She answered the next day with congratulations. She said she was busy putting together final arrangements for her wedding. Okay, no big deal. Okay. I confirmed that I would be in town this Wednesday. I live 2 states over. However, right after that message, she sent me another one asking that I not talk about my engagement. I asked why, and she said she spent over a year stressing over the wedding and hasn't seen our family in that time, so she wants it to be about her and Dean. She asked that we wait until the day after to discuss my engagement. You can do both. You can do both. You are going to have the entire day that is your wedding day. You can share the fact that you can do both. Your thing's not going to take up all of the time. Your wedding day will, and that's definitely going to be that one's about you and your husband. But I said that's ridiculous and that we can talk about both. Plus, people will be asking about my engagement anyways, as they already know. You were just going to be like, I don't want to talk about it. If someone goes up and says, so you're engaged? She said, no. No, I'm not. And then in an hour, she'll be like, actually, I am. I just couldn't talk about it before. She said she expects that, but then the conversation needs to go to her because everyone is coming to celebrate her and Dean, not Eric and me. They can do both. In fact, I bet the engagement's going to be like one statement per family member. And then, if they are all gathering specifically because you are getting married, they're probably going to end up talking about yours more then because it's a wedding in a week. That'll probably happen when what happened to my bangs? Why did these ones do this? Okay, anyway. But I haven't seen our family, parents or older brother in the same amount of time, and I want to use this time to talk about my engagement, my ring, and our own wedding plans. You can do both. You can do both. You definitely can do both. Anne told me it's not about me. Oh, I'm thinking, please stop spamming the chat. There has not been a raid, considering that person was not live. We're chilling. We're just here. There is no raid. That's okay, though. Okay, Anne told me it's not about me, and reminded me that with her rehearsal dinner, and girl get-togethers, her bachelor... Oh, wait, I gotta turn the air on. It's getting warm. Her bachelorette nail appointments, she wants to talk about just her wedding and everything since she's been doing. I told her not everything is about her, and I should be allowed to talk about my engagement, too. I said I want her to help me plan mine since she's done with... Why can't you be excited for each other? Why can't she be excited for you? She's getting the wedding day. You don't get to just take more days. You don't get to do that. But she said no, and that it's not about me. It's not about you. Actually, it is a little bit about her. But, Oh, I think this was set from a little while ago. But that is okay. Let's all just be chill, man. Let's be chill in the chat. We're chilling. We're hanging. We're vibing. Oh, wait. Was that from before? Okay. Then our brother Luke texted me and told me I was being ridiculous because I've been married before. Oh, no. What? No. What? What is happening? Were you over for a 10-minute slow mode? Okay. However, I was 20 and did it at the courthouse. I married a military guy and we divorced soon after. So I don't think that should matter. It definitely is completely irrelevant. It has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Since I didn't even get a real proposal or ring. If you had all those things, doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. We decided to do it and my band was sterling silver with no stones. Irrelevant. Doesn't matter. Is not related to this story at all. Should not be brought up because you were married once before. Do you only get to do... You celebrate it once because the first one didn't work out. You don't get to do it again. You have to very quietly get married the second time because you did it once already. You only get one. If it doesn't work out, tough. That's sarcasm. I said Anne was being a bridezilla, thinking everything is about her, and he said she has a right to want a week of her wedding to be about her. It's going to mostly be about her, though. It is going to be. You can spare a few moments of just, because not every second of everyone talking to each other this week is going to be about you. They are going to talk about other things. You're going to run out of things at some point in the day, each day for the week. You can do a little bit and be happy for your sister. And then, of course, obviously the day of is going to be about you. I get there's a lot of prep leading up to the day of the wedding that takes place days before, especially rehearsal dinner night. It's a big week. So it is a lot about her that week. There is a lot that goes on, but people can do a little of both. They definitely have room to talk a little bit about your sister because it's also just very exciting. She didn't do it on purpose. She wasn't trying to sabotage you. And most of this week still is going to be about you. Most of your activities are around you, and you get the day of the wedding, which is going to be 100% about you. And I'm sure your sister was going to ensure that that day specifically was going to be about you. But also it's definitely valid that the week before the wedding is a lot of families seeing each other for the first time in a long time. It's going to be about a lot of things. Spoiler alert, your sister's engagement's probably not the only thing that happened in the last several years that you haven't seen your family. Probably a lot of other things for other family members happened. And they're going to mention it, probably. I'm so sorry. But there just simply is not enough things to talk about for the only things to be talked about for an entire week to be about you. I don't think. Yours might be. But that's just you. It's definitely just you. I said Anne was being a bridezilla about everything. And he said she has a right to want the week of her wedding to be about her. I'm not saying the wedding day can't be about her, but she doesn't own the days leading up to it. Also, though, by default, they are just going to mostly be about her anyway. You're just asking for a little bit of can I say thank you when someone says congratulations or what? I want to show off my ring and talk about my wedding. She hasn't had, do you have to talk? Well, I don't know. She hasn't had the chance to show everyone her ring in person either because our family is spread out. But I think we can do that together. I think, yeah, showing off your rings. Maybe talking about your wedding plans. I'm sure it's not even that big of a thing to be talked about right now because it's very recent. So maybe you have a few ideas, but I think by default, most of the stuff's going to be about your sister anyway. You're just asking for a little conversation with some of your family about what you're up to. When's the next time you're going to see them? Your wedding, actually, probably, but that's fine. Eric agrees that Anne is being self-centered, but Luke thinks I'm trying to steal the spotlight to let Anne have her moment. Am I the asshole? I don't see why we can't do everything together. Oh, you know what? I was on her side for the most part until the very last thing she said. I don't see why we can't do everything together. I think she just means, in this one instance, why can't we do, the sharing together? But in general, I would say you should not be doing everything together. You do get to have your moments. Obviously, I don't think she meant it that way because she says the wedding day itself is 100% going to be about her sister. But from her saying, I don't see why we can't do everything together, maybe makes me think that your sister feels like you're doing too many things together and maybe is feeling a little bit missed out on some missing attention she's been needing for just her. And she is asking for a week. And again, I do think just incidentally, just because of the week's activities, rehearsal dinner stuff, most of it is going to end up being about her anyway, without trying. I don't think your sister's trying to make more than like just a modest amount to like catch up with the family and let them know they're all going to be catching up and doing that. I just don't know why it bothered me how it was phrased. I don't see why we can't do everything together. I think she means just the showing off of the rings and talking about their weddings. Why can't they do all of that together? Although even that I can see why she doesn't want all of the explicit details of your wedding talked about right before her own wedding. But you don't know when you're not going to see him until the next wedding, and I get it, I guess. But I don't think what the sister is asking for, just a little bit of room to talk about what she's got going on, is not unreasonable. But also I could see maybe where the sister is feeling like she's getting she wants more of the attention. Probably been lacking in attention that she needs. I don't know. Maybe therapy. I always will just say that at the end of every story. You need a little bit of therapy. Okay. So, ooh, this one's a pretty split decision for the comments on Reddit. Someone wrote, "She is the asshole," the OP, who said, "Am I the asshole for getting engaged the week before my sister's wedding?" Someone on Reddit said, "She is the asshole," and said, "You do not need to use her event to discuss your engagement. If people ask, you can politely answer, then deflect the conversation." I think there is a middle ground that we're not like really exploring. Does she need to discuss all of the explicit details of her wedding plans? That might be overstepping a little bit the week of your sister's wedding, but to talk a little bit about like, yeah, it's really exciting. This is my ring. We're thinking maybe in a year. I didn't think she was asking for more than that, but maybe I'm wrong. But they're reading it as, "I want to use this time to talk about my engagement, my ring, and our wedding plans." How much have you planned already? That's fast. You just got engaged 3 days ago. But maybe you have, some people have had it planned way in advance. Like years of their growing up spent on thinking about it. Yeah, people are thinking OP is selfish, but I don't really know how much she's asking for here. Maybe she is asking for a little bit too much by saying we want to use the time to talk about all of our wedding ideas during your wedding. She doesn't think she deserves the lead up to her wedding and only the day of. But I'm honestly, maybe the sister would feel differently when her wedding's coming up. The week lead up where you have all of the, like, getting all your appointments and people on schedule and then the rehearsals. Those are very important and stressful, and maybe when it's her turn, she'll see why she doesn't want attention taken away during the whole week, not even just the one day. Especially if maybe the sister feels like they do things too much all together. You know what I mean? Do everything together. Okay, so this guy thinks OP's the asshole, and I feel like it's a little bit I gotta know specifically what maybe overstepping, maybe compromise, maybe work on your communication with each other as sisters. You're the asshole. It's not a problem that you got engaged before her wedding or that you want to talk about it, but the fact that you think it's okay to use this time to talk to your family about the engagement is ridiculous. Is it ridiculous? There's a line, I think. I think there's a line where she can talk about it a little bit, but there is a point where you cross, maybe, or something. Not enough information. Like, yeah, how much is she really wanting, like, is she trying to take over a little bit of the excitement? It is poor timing, but, what can you do about that? It sounds like you're trying to use her wedding as a spring to talk about your own future wedding to your entire family since they'll be already in town for hers. It is convenient because I don't know when they'll get to see him again, but your wedding is going to happen. Now you have your own to wait for that you can talk to your family all about it, but I do see, having not talked to any of their family in years, there's an amount that I think would be acceptable, and maybe OP is trying to push it. Maybe. She should have waited until after the wedding to tell her family she was engaged. That wasn't even actually part of the issue of this story. There was no way to avoid them knowing she got engaged, I believe. I think that was just something that everyone was going to know. So she couldn't hold off on telling everyone until after. They already know. That part of the story seemed unavoidable, that they already are aware that it happened, but maybe try not to talk about it overly too much. Oof. Yeah, maybe more information needed. Respect her wishes. It's her wedding. You can talk about your own future wedding plans after her wedding is over. Yeah, I mean, what would I do? If I was her sister and I got engaged, I'd probably recognize in my own brain, for me, there is a line that I wouldn't want to cross where I'd be like, yeah, it's really exciting. We were dating for this long, because we haven't talked in a long time. Just brief catch up, and then be like, but you can divert to be like, but how about this wedding? Or I don't know. It doesn't seem like overly bridezilla, but I really don't know the relationship between the sister. I think there's probably a lot of context in the relationship between these two sisters that we just may never have. Because that's like 20-something years of growing up together, possibly coming out in some different ways. Maybe they did do everything together, and maybe the other sister has had enough of it and just wants her wedding to be her wedding. Why did he propose so close to the sister's wedding? Should he have waited, do we think? Surely he must have known, because your girlfriend's sister's wedding is an event you will most likely be at and know the date of a week before. Should he have waited until after and not done it that? Yeah, should he have? I mean, he probably just didn't have the awareness. I'm speculating, but perhaps this guy just didn't have the awareness to consider, maybe I wait 1 week. Maybe the date is significant. We don't know enough. Maybe the date is significant for him that he needed to do it. It was now or in a year, because that date was like maybe their anniversary, and that was important for him or something. But also, is the date that you proposed that important? Maybe. I don't know. Because the date that you get married is going to be like your final anniversary remembering date. But maybe I don't know. I'm glad the boyfriend didn't think of surprise proposing at the wedding. That would have been a whole other, he's the asshole in that one. I think that's just a little bit distasteful to do that. Shelby once again focusing on the side characters. Do I do that? Wait, do I do that? Listen, I will never look at a situation like this and not consider all of the possible elements. Nothing is black and white. There's so much that can be involved in a situation like this. That's why I'm thinking, if it was me and my sister, I might have, we can't change the fact that the boyfriend proposed, if that's the case. I probably would have not told anyone and asked him, like, is it okay if we don't tell anyone? But it is a little bit sad that the one opportunity in years, and you probably won't have another for another year until your wedding, you don't get to share the excitement. But he shouldn't have done it, maybe. He should have waited till after. But then you miss all the family. But maybe that's a hit you take for the sake of your sister just having her time. I don't really know. Honestly, yeah, listen, nothing is ever going to be black and white. There's nuance to everything. You can look at every side. I like to play devil's advocate because maybe he needed to propose on this date. Maybe this date was significant. And in an unavoidable situation, everyone knows that it happened. There's no way to not have everyone know that it already happened, that you're engaged, to avoid even needing to talk about it. I don't know. I have to pee, so I'm going to be right back. I'm going to put you on lo-fi. I don't know why I closed it. I'm going to put you on lo-fi mode. Safe for Twitch. At least it wasn't, I haven't gotten around to one of the situations where, well, there's videos of this. I'd love to react to just videos of people proposing and it going horribly wrong because the people that they are proposing to, they have clearly never had a conversation about how that might go, which definitely should be had before you do it. You can have the proposal be a surprise, but definitely go into that knowing you had a conversation, knowing exactly what answer you're going to get. Even if you think without having had that conversation, there's no way they'd say no. Definitely always have the conversation before you propose. Be right back. Right. Hey, I'm back. Welcome. Kelkels, thank you for subscribing. Adore the Great, thank you for the Prime. Cobra Stardust, thank you for subscribing. Do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'm just going to pause that while we continue reading. Because I don't want to have background music for this part. I was thinking about it because I was watching a lot of those videos of like proposals gone wrong. And it is a shame that in a lot of them, when that happens, when a guy proposes and the girl says no, there's a crowd and they boo her. Or they say, "Aw, come on." It's gross and it's creepy. It's weird. Stop being weird. And it's a shame. It is real unfortunate because, to me, in most cases, there's very few that I think would not be the case. If someone proposes and that other person says no, it says to me a lot more about the person who proposed than it does the person being proposed to. A little bit of a self-report. In most cases. Maybe there's most likely some exceptions, of course. But a little bit of a self-report. But let us hug. LT Shepherds, Torna, Northern Wolf, Paige Iris, and I got the last one. Bring it in for a hug. Thank you so much. Like, definitely conversations should have been had where that was definitely gonna be a clear, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, Newful, thank you for the Prime. Where's the cat? In the closet. She's in the closet. She's always in the closet. Spooky, bring it in for a hug. Thank you, thank you. Spooky stole the hug. Autumn didn't have points. Aw. I feel so bad for proposals in public because I would feel peer pressured if someone did that to me. Also, another valid conversation that should have been had, if your partner even wants a public proposal or not. You should know them better, I think. That's why it's real hard for me to think of a situation where that would not be a self-report if you propose and they said no. Maybe circumstances, something might happen. We leave room for that, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I do not want to be proposed to in public. I wouldn't mind in public, like a public place, but I wouldn't want it to be in a public place with a bunch of people. Like nothing on a jumbo screen, nothing with a crowd, nothing on the street where there's lots of people walking by, but like a place in public that you can be in private. That would be okay to me. Maybe a handful of onlookers that can go, "Oh," do a little golf clap from like 20 feet away because they're just walking their dog or something. A place like that. Those would be fine. But am I the asshole for getting angry at my girlfriend for choosing her brother's play over our date? Reddit said, you are the asshole. Let's see if we agree. I, 23 male, am dating this girl, 25 female, Anna. We've been on and off for a few years, but have recently been on for 6 months now. Anna has a younger brother, 14 male, Mike. 14. She has a kid brother. Okay. Anna and I had been planning to go to a movie the past couple weeks, and I was pretty excited to see it. We hadn't already bought tickets or anything, but I still had made my schedule around it. How much do you have to make your schedule around a movie? I'm just, because I already know you're the asshole, I'm sensing a little bit of exaggeration of like, I had to plan my whole week out to accommodate this movie. It feels dramatic. Maybe it's true, though. Maybe he's got a tight schedule, and you never know. Mike has this play for school he's in, and apparently it would be the end of the world if Anna couldn't make it. They do the play 3 nights in a row, but she can't make the other 2 because she has classes she takes, and the only day she could go was on the day we were supposed to see the movie. Okay. She texted me and said, sorry, but we'd have to reschedule the movie because Mike really wants her to be able to go, and she feels it's more important for her to be able to be there for him. I took offense to this and got angry because we had already made plans, but she said I was being unreasonable because we can reschedule the movie, but Mike can't reschedule the play. Exactly. Completely reasonable and logical. She ended up calling me a douche and hasn't talked to me since. Am I the asshole? I think she's being unreasonable for switching on me. See the movie a different day. Movies run for weeks, sometimes months. The play is only these 3 nights, and it is her younger 14-year-old brother, and the 14-year-old brother has said it would be the end of the world if she couldn't make it. That tells me they have a very good relationship, her and her younger brother, which is great and adorable, and I love that. And she has school. He's the asshole. She has school, so she has only this one night, which is probably why that ended up being your movie night. But she can reschedule even when she has all these classes. What do you have? I want to know. We hadn't bought tickets. But I still made my schedule around it. Okay, I don't know how long in advance this is that all of his plans are set in stone for around this movie. Well, then take that time, go to the play, and we can do it again for the movie. How busy are you really that you can't change your plans? Do you care about her? And do you care about the things that she cares about? Because she cares about her brother. And if you care about her, the things that she cares about, you care about those now. At least when it's especially family. Do you? Oh, it's so cute when boyfriends have like a really good relationship with their partner's younger siblings, or just when a partner has a really good relationship with another partner's younger siblings. I don't have younger siblings, but I just think it's really, really cute when they like make an effort to have a good relationship and like be cool and nice and fun and friendly to your kid siblings. It's super sweet. You are an asshole. And Reddit was right. Okay. Someone slammed the door. Wait, this one sounds really messy. Am I the asshole for treating my husband the same way he treated me when I was in the hospital? I'm sensing pettiness involved. Ooh. Yeah, he should go to the play with her because he has the night free, clearly. He set his whole schedule aside for the movie. And then just see the movie on another night that I'm sure you can make free before the movie stops running in theaters. Oh yeah, he said he'd been excited for weeks. He planned his whole schedule around. What movie is that? I gotta know. Which movie was this about? This says a lot about this man. Which movie this was over. Was it about Star Wars? Was it about Sonic? Sonic 2? Was it about Endgame? Infinity War? What movie was it? It says so much about him to know which movie it was. He was excited for weeks and was so upset that they have to move when they're going to see the movie. Not cancel, just move. It was Batman. It was definitely Batman. It was Batman. Morbius. Imagine. Dump him. Dump him if it was over Morbius. Acceptable movies it could have been over. Sonic 2. That is it. That's the list. Oh my God. There's not an edit to that one, is there? Did you say which movie it was? I really want to know. We're never going to know. We're not going to know. We're not going to know. We can speculate. It was probably Batman. Am I the asshole for treating my husband the same way he treated me when I was in the hospital? Oh, I can't wait for this. Hold on. Wait, we need water. It was for Turning Red. Was that even in theaters? I feel like I missed that movie completely, and then it was on Netflix, and I was like, oh. I still haven't watched it. I do really want to. Okay. No, it wasn't in theaters. The movie's actually not even in the theaters. They don't have to buy tickets at all. They're just watching it in their living room. He's just really excited about Turning Red. Streaming on Disney+. Am I the asshole for treating my husband the same way he treated me when I was in the hospital? Am I the asshole? My husband recently had a kidney stone and 2 trips to the ER. I have had health problems myself and have spent many times in the ER and have been hospitalized too. Is being in the ER not being hospitalized? Is that not the same? I didn't realize that. I guess to be given like a proper room is not the same as being in the ER in a bed that's like in a temporary place, right? I've been to like a proper hospital maybe 5 times. I'm so lucky that I have not ever needed to be in a hospital for more times because I don't like them. I don't like being in a hospital that much. It freaks me out a little bit, spooks me. Have barely ever been in one. Yeah, ER is not the same as being like properly admitted because you get like a little room, you get a little bed, you get like all these little assignments for your doctors coming in and checking on you. But emergency room is you go in and it's like an emergency, first come, first serve. You sit down, get treated, and leave rather than being admitted to like a whole thing. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I've watched enough medical shows that I should have known that. I've watched House, Scrubs, Grey's Anatomy. I'm forgetting one. There's definitely another one, a big boy one that I'm forgetting because I have watched every medical show. I cannot bring myself to finish Grey's Anatomy. I'm so sorry, Autumn. ER. I've watched ER. Good Doctor I have only watched the first episode of, actually. Ooh, I haven't watched them all. Ooh. Okay, I've watched all the other ones, though. House is a great show. I really, really, really love House. Chicago Med I also haven't watched, but that one just really didn't capture me, if I'm honest. Good Doctor is good. Noted, I really liked the first episode. I might go watch that. Okay. I have now established what happens in a hospital a little bit. The only times I've been in a hospital, because I bet you I can count on one hand, maybe just two. When's the first time I was in a hospital? My sister broke her arms. Yes, I said arms. In fact, my sister has broken one or both of her arms 4 separate times. I believe, in no particular order, she broke this arm, one of them again, and then both her wrists. 4 separate... Girl has the weakest arms imaginable, I guess. I remember all 4 times, too, but I only went to the hospital one of them, and that was when she broke both of her wrists. That one has me, like, a little bit traumatized forever. Actually, 2 of them do. One of them, she fell off the swing set, broke her arm. One of her arms. Maybe wrist or something. She's got gnarly scars here, too. I think they're cool. I should tell her that. So, fell off the swing because she swung too high, flipped over, whatever. I actually only remember 3 of the stories. I'm forgetting one and what happened. 2, fell off of her bike. That one, I remember very vividly. Trigger warning if descriptiveness of a broken arm will bother you. I will say it very fast. I remember her sitting on the couch, holding her arm, and it was like a noodle, the way it was like just... Think Harry Potter when he lost his bones in his arm. Like that. Then the only other one that I remember, because I'm forgetting what the 4th occasion was her... She used to do figure skating when she was younger, and she fell, went to catch herself on the ice, and broke both wrists when she, like, hit the floor. That one was the rough one, because she had to be in 2 big casts up to her elbow like this, and she couldn't write. For school, they had a kid give her all of the notes and stuff. We have pictures of her just like this smiling. She was a champ when it happened, but has me terrified of falling anytime I go ice skating now because I also worked in an ice rink for a while and I just know the kinds of injuries that can happen and it just... I don't want to lose a finger. I don't want to break my bones. Never broken a bone. Only ever fractured little things. So yeah, there's that. I went to the emergency room once with a partner at the time. I went to my sister my oldest sister when she had one of her kids. I didn't go when she had the second one, I think. Maybe I did. Actually, I did. My other sister, I only was there for one of the kids. I was not there for the other one. That was it. I've been to different places like imaging centers, blood centers. But those are all the times I've been... Anyway, I got on a tangent about the times I've been in hospitals. And it was not very many. But I hated it every time. Oh, and once, I believe, one more time to visit my grandfather at the time who was in there. None of the times were for me. And just counting my blessings. Am I the asshole? Okay, I already read the title. Where have I left off that I went on this tangent? Okay. When I had to go to the ER because I was really sick, throwing up, severe abdominal pain, my husband said I probably just had a stomach bug. Ooh, this is starting out not good. He doesn't even know how bad he messed up with that one thing he already has done. He was upset because he had to get up early in the morning for work, so my father-in-law came to the hospital so I could get a ride home. Before my husband left, the ER doctor came in and said I needed immediate surgery. Turns out I had a bad obstruction. I spent 2 weeks in the hospital. During that time, my husband barely came to see me. I asked if he could bring me some soup from the Thai restaurant across the street because the food at the hospital was really, really bad. And he said no. Oh, it got worse. Even the one thing that he said of like, it's probably just a bug. Because unfortunately for him, that he maybe did not know this, but it is a thing that women's pain is very often downplayed and like just not taken very seriously at all. And it leads to a lot of down the line further complications that if they were just listened to in the first place, maybe would not have happened. Or worst case scenario, something very seriously could have gone wrong. He probably doesn't know that. He probably is just being an idiot in this moment, thinking like, you're probably fine. It's probably just a bug. Oh my dear. Oh my goodness. How you are so wrong. But then he got mad and didn't visit you a bunch. Or I would have visited a bunch. He barely visited. And we said no to bringing you soup from across the street. That got way worse. It got way worse because he could have had good intentions of being like, it's probably nothing. You know, it's probably not that bad. That's awful to begin with, but it could have had intentions that meant well, and he just didn't know. But no, it got worse. It got so much worse. I'm gonna spill my coffee if I type over it like that. Shy Mess, thank you for the prime. Eyesight Tony, thank you for the 100 bits. Grim Raven, thank you for subscribing. Thank you, dudes. Not the asshole divorce. Oh boy. Okay, boy. Well, I've only read the first paragraph. This one's a long one. My guys, my dudes, everyone here. Josie, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Okay. When he would visit, he would grab the remote and watch one of his news shows. Not even a news show. I would have given him the littlest pass if it was for a new show, but it's for the news. Which channel? Out of curiosity. He would also lower the temperature in the room to his liking. Oh, that's just rude. That's just plain rude. He could have taken off from work, but he didn't. He could have. Okay, I was wondering, like, what does he do for a living? Does he really need to, like, are his hours this strict? He really cannot miss. No. My father-in-law came to visit almost every day. That's her husband's father. Not her own father, but her husband's father came almost every day. That's a father-in-law that likes her better than his own son. Okay. I have so many questions for the people involved in these stories. 1, what movie was the other guy wanting to go see? 2, which news channel is he watching? So when he had a medical issue, this is when we decided to get revenge and be petty, I see. I decided that he should be treated the same way he treated me. I went and visited, changed the channel on the TV, played on my phone. Unfortunately, only the nurse could adjust the temperature in the room. But I did bring him underwear and socks, so you've already done too much. He wanted me to bring him food. I said no. He wanted to go to a restaurant on the way home. I said no. As soon as we got home, I changed clothes and then went out with my girlfriends for a delayed birthday outing. I spent my birthday with him at the ER. He complained that I was leaving him to go out. But now apparently I'm selfish for treating him this way. You know what I think could have happened first? Maybe a conversation. He messed up. He made some mistakes and he doesn't realize. But did you ever talk to him about it? Because Maybe he deserves it, but I would have offered up the conversation as it was happening to say, like, hey, I don't really like how infrequently you're coming. I feel hurt by the fact you're not taking off any time at work. I really would love for you to be here. I'm in the hospital, so I'm maybe a little bit scared, probably. A little bit nervous. I was here for 2 weeks. And it hurts my feelings that you're not spending more time being here for me. I want to hope that maybe that happened and he still was a jerk. But I feel like that should have happened before just treating him how he treated you. However, it tasted his own medicine a little bit in a way, though. So I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying, I think when we get to this point in a relationship, you haven't been working on your communication, and that's just your fundamental issue that we're going to have and are never going to stop having until you do deal with that. During his time in the hospital, not once did I complain to him. I work 2 jobs, and I also take classes at the local university. I was able to take off work with no problem and was able to get an extension on my assignments that were due. So you did even still spend more time with him in the hospital than he did with you. Okay, yeah, okay. So am I the asshole for, pardon the pun, giving him a taste of his own medicine? Update, I confronted him, he apologized. He said he thinks it's weird that people come visit others in the hospital. What did he expect? I personally think it may have been something to do with his mother. Other times he has gone to the hospital was because a relative was dying and the family was called in. I was wrong to treat him this way. Oh, when he got sick, I made him go to the ER. I stayed there the entire time, didn't complain that I had to go to work. So you did stay the entire time. You just said no to getting him food. Okay. I helped him set up once we were back at home and moved my work meeting to virtual instead of in person. I did the same with my clients. I also apologized for being an asshole, but also admitted that I was still angry. Correct me if I'm wrong that I picked up on something a little bit suspicious here, potentially. Always all speculation. I have no idea who these people are or any of the extra details that are always going to be involved in a story like this. First, she said she treated him the same by changing the channel, saying no to getting him food. And he said that he didn't like the way that she treated him, and then she went out immediately after. But then it sounded like she a little bit changed it a bit to clarify that she actually did a lot for him while he was in the hospital and did not really treat him the way that he treated her. Did you or didn't you? Was that it that you just changed the channel and didn't get him food, and that was all that bothered him, even though you were there every day and took time off work? Because you didn't say that you did that originally. You said that after, in the update. You didn't say that. Why are you saying it later? Did you forget that you didn't actually do that to him, but you said that you did that to him? I don't know. I feel like there's a little missing. My sus meter went off just a teeny bit. I don't know. She backpedaled like a teeny bit, or she just forgot to include the details. She wanted it to sound like maybe she treated him this way, and either she did or she didn't, but she made it sound like she did, and then came back to say she really didn't actually. I was a little suspicious of the saying. Otherwise, he's the asshole. Especially if you really were there the entire time and only made a point by refusing him food. Still would I say that a conversation in the first place. Because ultimately the issue here was your communication was very bad, poor, and what you did, while deserved, was just definitely not contributing to fixing that issue at all. And you should probably go start doing that now if you want to stay together. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm thinking. Lack of communication, but also it almost sounds more mean than to do all of this for him, but then when he asks for food, no, it doesn't actually. I take that back. Yeah, therapy, couples therapy, and work on your communication with each other, and also work on your storytelling, because you didn't make that very clear originally. It makes it sound like you took some stuff back. I don't know. That got me a little sus. You're a little sus to me now. And I can't help it. It's you. What am I to do about that? You did that. My little alarm went off. Yellow flag. Oh, Oh, I have to read this one only because it's exactly what I said the other person should do in that other story. Am I the asshole for ordering pizza at a vegetarian wedding? I don't know the story yet, but I probably wouldn't have done that. But maybe it's like the other story where I said you definitely should have ordered a pizza to their house. For this one, I'd probably just eat the food or get a pizza after. I would probably not order pizza to the venue because that feels overstepping. But this is a little bit of a multi-paragraph one, so who knows? Maybe it's deserved. But I probably would have just eaten my food and not complained about it being vegetarian. It's probably pretty good food if we're being honest. But maybe it's deserved like the other people who you definitely should have ordered a pizza to their house when they were trying to feed you food that had touched dog slobber very clearly and visibly, even though I don't really believe you. I'm just saying. Autumn Falls Down, thank you for subscribing. Lux, thank you for subscribing. Code Doctor, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you. All right. I-36 male was a groomsman. Oh. A lot of people getting banned today. I'm being goofy today for. I-36 male was a groomsman for my friend Sarah, 34 female. Wedding this past week. I'm only acquaintances with the groom, but because I've known Sarah for nearly 20 years, she wanted me in the party. I'm on medication for anxiety and depression that has to be taken at a certain time of the day and also requires food, so I asked Sarah what time the food would be served. Now, this is a vegetarian wedding. I'm not vegetarian, but I have no problem not eating meat for a meal, especially when it comes to supporting my friend. The only issue I had was when I found out the size of the meals. The entire course consisted of a side salad, a side of corn, and a side of broccoli. Oh, the meal was only sides. It sounds like they got their food from a caterer that does not do vegetarian options specifically, and instead got food from a place and only got the sides because they're vegetarian instead of ordering from a place that serves just real vegetarian proper food, like a vegetarian pizza. They got corn, broccoli, and salad. Yeah, sounds like going a little cheap on the wedding by not just getting a real vegetarian meal, like a meal. Mind you, vegetarian is way less restrictive than vegan. It's not even vegan. It's just vegetarian, so just no meat. And might I say, there was a spare plate of food at Sneak's wedding on our table that was the vegetarian option, and we all took it was a pasta with like a pesto green sauce, and we all took a little bite of a noodle, and it was the best food on the table. We all agreed that the vegetarian option at this wedding, we all made the wrong choice. It was the best meal that you could have had. It was so good. Although I got the chicken, and it was really also amazing. They took vegetarian as just vegetables. Oh boy. They could have gotten a pizza. They could have gotten a vegetarian pizza. People don't serve pizzas at wedding, though. I get it. Okay. If this were only for a few hours, that wouldn't be a problem. But because the wedding party has to arrive before everyone, between the ceremony and shuffling to the reception, the whole event was going to be over 8 hours. A wedding is a long day. In between time, between the ceremony and the reception, there's always a few hours usually. They take all the photos and all that stuff. And I knew there was no way a small salad and a few tablespoons of corn and broccoli were going to hold me over. I'm 6'2" and 185 pounds. When Sarah told me that what they were serving, I said something like, "Oh, will there be an entree?" And she immediately got defensive, so I hushed myself before causing any further tensions. Yeah, that's not an entree. That's just some sides. That's just a bunch of sides on one plate that does not make an entree. Normally, I would have been straightforward about all this, but I could see she was already stressed and I didn't want to add to it. So I decided during the reception dinner that I was going to covertly order a pizza, meet the guy outside, and just sneak in and out here and there to grab a few slices from my car. So he wasn't even trying to make a big deal about it. All right, this one started pretty skeptical. We all had that. You ordered a pizza at a vegetarian wedding? What are you doing? But he tried to be sneaky. I told my friend this, and of course, word got around to some of the other party members. Okay, who's your friend that you told? I want to talk. I told my friend, his one friend, and word got around to some of the other party members. Turns out I wasn't the only one. Okay, I thought it was about to turn for the worse. But I wasn't the only one who wasn't comfortable going so many hours with little food. So by the time I placed the order, there were about 12 other people, all from the wedding party, throwing down. I ordered 4 larges and kept them in my car so people could just kind of come and go and grab some whenever they were hungry. You're not the asshole. Everybody was on your side. Oh my. 4 large pies. And he still kept it in his car, so he still tried to keep a secret. She had her mom help her find him. Oh, wait, I skipped. Nobody really seemed to notice anything until Sarah couldn't find the groom. She had her mom help her find him, and as you can guess, she found him by my car eating pizza. Her own husband didn't think they had enough food. You just got married. You just got married, and he's already sneaking out to eat pizza, and she's going to be mad at you. That's a yikes. Well, to say she blew up was an understatement. She said I embarrassed her, made her feel cheap. You were cheap. You were cheap. Listen, weddings are expensive. Maybe the places where you cut costs aren't the food for an 8-hour day to your guests. Or do what Sneak did, where I don't even know how it happened, but I assume just himself got hungry later after food was done, and he ordered a butt ton of Taco Bell to his own wedding. And so we also had Taco Bell at his wedding, which I thought was awesome. Do that. That was fun. We were eating tacos afterwards. He was like, "Hey, I ordered tacos after dinner," because it's a long day. So, we had our entrees and we had our cake, and then like a few hours later, we're still having a ball. We're having fun, dancing, partying, maybe drinking a little bit. It's a wedding, and he ordered Taco Bell because he wanted more food, I guess. I don't think anyone asked him to. I think he just did. And he came up to us and he was like, "Hey, there's tacos over there from Taco Bell if you want." And we were all like, "Absolutely, we do." Okay. She said I embarrassed her, made her feel cheap. You were cheap. And said I only did this because it was a vegetarian wedding. 3 of the pizzas had meat on them. I still think that's fine. I tried to apologize, explaining the situation, but she was having none of it. The other party members that were eating the pizza were all silent. I was thrown to oh, they didn't even back. Oh my God. Those are horrible friends. And her own husband. Now husband. You tied the knot with that. So good luck. She told me to leave while her mom stared daggers at me. It's been 4 days and she hasn't responded to me. Her husband did reach out to apologize for all the confusion, but the majority of her friends, even some who ate the pizza, are telling me I'm an asshole. And what I did is unforgivable, as she'll always remember her wedding as not being good enough because of my stunt. That's a bad place to start a marriage. I'm just going to say that. But they ate the pizza. Yeah, those friends are hypocritical, because if they're trying to say, like, we wouldn't have eaten it if you didn't order it. We would have been fine if you just didn't order it and we didn't know about it. But you ordered it, so, like, of course we ate some, but you still shouldn't have done that. That's a little side eye at you. Not the asshole, but maybe could have skipped the meat. That's what I was thinking. But that would even wasn't the major issue, I think, for her, was that some of them had meat. I think that just made her feel like him ordering the pizza was just to spite that it was a vegetarian wedding. But it wasn't. It was just simply to not die. He has medication he has to take. He needed real food. And many other people, including the man you just married, also were hungry enough to go and sneak out to his car to eat some pizza because there just wasn't enough food. If I was you, I'd be like, oh my goodness, let me order 4 more pizzas. I'm so sorry I didn't order enough food. Maybe I was a little bit cheap. I thought maybe, people would have eaten before and that would be enough. My bad. Let me order you extra pizzas. I don't know. I don't think you're the asshole. I don't think you're the asshole. But maybe would have skipped the meat. But you know what? At that point, I don't think that was really what she was upset about primarily. Who ordered the meat pizzas? Yeah, it sounded like he was just going to order. I mean, I don't know which one would have been the one he got, so we don't really know. Yeah, they did eat it outside. They did not even bring it inside, so. I mean, there could be an argument for either side of whether they should have gotten a meat pizza or not when they didn't bring it in. They ate it outside, but Did you enjoy your taco at Sneak's wedding? I definitely did, and I enjoyed more of them later because we ordered more later. We ordered 2 rounds of Taco Bell that night. And it was really good. It was a really good taco. Or it was just the extra tacos, but I think that they just ordered more. I think there was just simply more tacos ordered. So I would do that at my wedding, especially he had enough food at his wedding and he was like, I want more. I'm going to order Taco Bell, but enough for everyone. Incredible. What is Taco Bell like? Are they really that good? When it's the end of the night, you've had maybe some to drink and you've been partying and you're hungry again because you've been moving around a lot, so now you got some more room in your tummy. Taco Bell could be a godsend. I stand by my order of the steak quesadilla with double of everything on it. Double steak, double cheese, double sauce. I think I just got a package delivered to my door. Okay. Let's do one more really juicy one, because now that I've been talking about food, I have now become hungry. And so I'm going to read one more and then go eat. There's definitely something at my door. Okay. There's a lot of potential in some of these. Okay. A lot of these don't have a lot of likes, so I don't know if they're going to be very good ones, but they just don't have a lot of attention yet. Am I the asshole for talking about the preacher's wife? That one doesn't sound fun. Am I the asshole for being rude to a friend who wouldn't stop giving her opinions on adoption? That one could be messy. Am I the asshole for embarrassing my sister at our family event? We've read enough of that, I think. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she's getting what she deserves? What did she do? Nope, I read the first line and it's something that I don't want to make any judgments on, actually. Just reading the good titles. Skipping a little bit. Skipping the ones that are not the a-hole already, because that just doesn't sound fun to already know that they're probably not the asshole. Am I the asshole for secretly sending my mom to keep an eye on my wife and our new baby? It's a little weird that you're doing it in secret. Am I the asshole for saying no to throwing a big birthday party for my daughter, even though her future stepmother wants to? That's no fun. Am I the asshole for telling my nephew that chicken the food is the same thing as chicken the animal? That one just sounds funny. But maybe traumatic for the child for in that moment to find out that the chicken from the farm, from his storybook that he loves, is also the one that he's eating in little dino-shaped nuggets. When did I make that connection? Oh, that sounds funny. Okay, I gotta read that one. I'm gonna read that one. And you know what? I opened 3. I'll read all 3. When did that connection happen for us? That the chicken from Old McDonald's farm is the same one in your little chicken nuggets, little kid cuisine meal. Am I the asshole for being rude to a friend who wouldn't stop giving her opinions on adoption? I, 30 female, am adopted. My parents have been incredibly open about this my whole life. I wouldn't be able to pinpoint a time I was told. It's just a fact I've always known about myself, and I've never once felt like I was any less loved or treated differently to my parents. By my parents' biological children. Nor did my siblings treat me any differently to each other. I realize how fortunate I am to have had the life I have, and realize this isn't the case for everyone, but I digress. I have a colleague, Jenny, who, ever since she found out I was adopted, won't stop bringing it up. Oh, God. You're not the asshole. I don't know what you did yet, but you're not. You just are not. She'll always ask personal questions about it, which is fine, but I have no problem telling my backstory, but she's recently taken to asking my opinion on hypothetical scenarios and then using it as a platform to state her views. Ugh. For example, one time she asked me if I had the choice, would I have my own children or adopt as well? I could barely answer before she was telling me all about how she could never adopt because she's she'd never be able to see the child as her own. Then definitely don't do that then. No one's making you. Just don't do it. And don't comment on it when people do. Yeesh. Yesterday, she asked me if my parents ever considered giving me back after they had biological children. Would you? Is that what you're saying? Is that's a thought you would have if you couldn't have kids for a while, so you decided to adopt and then you could have a kid? Would you have tried to give it back? Is what I'm hearing. That's what I heard. This just really pissed me off, as it could be a triggering question for some people. So I told her to mind her own business and F off with her terrible questions, which others tell me really upset her. I don't think I'm the a-hole, but others in my team said I should have been more sensitive to her and explained why her questions are inappropriate instead of biting her head off and making the whole team dynamic awkward. No, she should have known. The woman, OP, is 30. So I'm going to assume her colleague is somewhere around also 30. She should know these are not questions that you... Did they ever think about giving you back after they got real kids? Because obviously in my mind there's a distinction, and I just simply wouldn't have ever been able to love you the same as my biological children. She should know that's rude. She should definitely know that that's rude. Because you are allowed to be curious. I just spilled coffee. What do I do? I got a sock. Oh, that's stained now forever. Okay. Well, also, if you're wondering why I have a sock on my desk, I use it. It's a little ankle sock, and I use it to cover my lens on my camera when I turn my computer down. Because I just get paranoid about people being able to hack into a webcam type camera. And so I put a sock over it. Anyway, that's now my coffee stained sock. Actually, the sock is black, so it's not stained, but the desk mat is definitely stained. I also just realized that I just remembered I had made an order from Etsy for a second mouse pad for my away UK setup for whenever I go back there, which is going to be in May, actually. And I don't know where that is, so I have to go check that. Okay. You're not the asshole. You're easily not the asshole. She should have awareness that you just don't ask questions like that in that way. Also, I don't like her opinion. I don't hold the same one, but she's making a statement about how she can never love an adopted child the same as her biological children, as if anyone's making her adopt kids. Just don't adopt then if you can't do that. And no one needs to know that you feel that way. No one ever asked. Am I the asshole for secretly sending my mom to keep an eye on my wife and our new baby? Coffee is chaos today. Am I being chaotic today? Oh no, it's the fact that I spilled it. Oh, coffee is chaos today because I dropped my phone in it. Actually, that was my earlier cup. It was a big mug. Surely this one is fake, right? No one is that oblivious. Oh, this one I would believe, if I'm honest, though. Okay. My wife and I had our first baby 5 months ago. I took 3 months of paternity leave to get to know our daughter and help out my wife, and then returned to work. Before I left, everything was great. My wife felt amazing and recovered very quickly, both physically and mentally. Our daughter wasn't being difficult. It just seemed easier than when we both thought. It just seemed easier than we both thought it'd be, compared to, like, never sleeping a full night for 2 years, her crying all the time, and all the other nightmarish things we were warned about. It seemed easier. Okay, I see. When I left, I could tell there was a change. My wife had trouble keeping up with our daughter now that I was gone, and it was taking a toll on her. I was doing my best I could from when I got home from work, but she was severely overwhelmed. I had the idea to get her some help. With her not working right now, getting a nanny wasn't financially feasible. I thought it might be helpful to have my mother go. Do you remember the guy that said the essentials for his newborn child and wife were having a nanny, a cook, and another person, like another hired person for their house? I keep dropping my ring. Never forget. Right. Have my mother go. Visit her occasionally, help her out so my wife can have some time to herself. My mother had 4 kids and raised 2 by herself, so she's pretty much an expert. The problem is I know my wife and my mom sometimes don't get along. My mother has never really liked women. Well, never really liked women. Next line. I've been in relationships with and doesn't treat them great upon the initial meeting, but she's softened. Also, I think them being able to bond over both of them now being mothers and over their daughter or granddaughter would be very helpful. I thought she just hated women. I scared me. Things went well for a few weeks. My wife would tell me that my mom dropped off something and looked after the baby while she got a nap, and my wife seemed better off for it. That was until they got into an argument. I still don't know what led up to an argument, as my wife is currently very pissed at me. But my wife threw me under the bus. She sold me out and told my wife that I was sending her to look after her since she couldn't handle her baby. This rightfully pissed my wife off. Oh, that's what his mom threw him under the bus. This rightfully pissed my wife off, and she kicked my mom out and told her not to come back. My wife is now pissed at me. It was true, though. Right? My mom threw me under the bus, sold me out, and told my wife that I was sending her to look after her since she couldn't. Did you not tell her that initially, that that's why she was coming over all the time? Did your wife think your mom was coming over just checking in, just popping in to see what's going on, and not because you asked? So you didn't tell your wife that. You asked your mom to do that. And then when she found out, she didn't like it. Okay. She did need the help, though. I guess maybe she just didn't want to know that that's why his mother was going over all the time. And when she found out it was because he asked her to, it felt like a betrayal of trust, in a way, potentially. I thought I just made eye contact with my cat, but no, it's just the darkness of the underneath of my bed, which is terrifying that there wasn't a cat there, but I thought I made eye contact. I honestly think what I did wasn't that bad. It was helping her out. I think they both you probably should have just been honest, and if she said no, I don't really know what you do if you don't have another option. Where's her mother? Are they out of town? Are they not able to come? You can't afford a nanny. Better communication. That's what I got from that. Better communication, because you didn't tell your wife honestly why your mother was coming over, and you didn't try to at least have the conversation of, I know you don't like her, but maybe it'll be good to get along. I think my mother would really like it. I think she's trying to fix her relationship with you. She's softened up. She wants to bond. Give her a chance. Did that happen before you did the sneaky thing? At least try to have the conversation first. It feels like the people involved in these communication issues aren't at least trying to have the conversation and just skip to the sneaky bit. You know? Okay, last one, because I think it sounds hilarious. Am I the asshole for telling my nephew that chicken the food is the same thing as chicken the animal? I, 21 female, was babysitting my nephew, 5 male, on Friday night going into Saturday for my sister, 26 female, and her boyfriend, 27 male, so they could have a night together. He's my little pal and a total sweetheart, so it's always my pleasure to watch him. I ended up making him his favorite dinner, which I'm sure will surprise none of you based on his age, is chips, chicken nuggets, and lots of ketchup. While we were eating dinner together while watching Encanto, a thing he loves doing whenever I watch him, as my sister never lets him watch stuff while eating, perks of being the cool aunt, I get to break the rules a little. That's what I would always do. I would do that for my nieces and my nephew. Except I don't get to do it for my nephew and my newest niece because they live so far and I don't live over there anymore. Okay. He told me how it was weird how his favorite food was named after an animal and how he liked chickens, but they weren't his favorites, so they should really be named dolphin nuggets, as he likes dolphins more. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Why are the nuggets named after chickens? Chickens aren't even that good. Why not name them after a better animal like dolphins? I'm gonna cry. It's so sweet. Oh no. He's not ready. He isn't ready to know. You are the asshole. How dare you? He doesn't know. He just thinks it's named after the animal for an unrelated reason. Just because he thinks whoever named chicken nuggets just liked chickens a lot, and so he named the nugget after the chicken, but he thought dolphins are better, so this should have been dolphin nuggets. He's wrong, too, because chickens are way better than dolphins. I won't lie, I was a little confused at this and said without thinking, well, they're called chicken nuggets because they're made of chickens. It never occurred to me that he wouldn't know that they were made of the animal they were named after. And at his age, he is more than old enough to know that some animals are eaten. He was clearly in the dark about this and made me clarify several times that yes, chicken nuggets were made out of chickens. Is there a point that you are supposed to sit your kids down and tell them that? I don't know. I've never been a parent. So like, is there a time where you say, by the way, yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, you just say we eat some animals. If you are eating animals, you just tell them we eat them and it's okay. Here's your chicken nuggets. You don't have to feel that bad. It's not your job to feel bad. We as the parent are going to feel a little bad because we know about the meat industry, but you don't feel bad. You don't ever. But you get to know. You definitely should know what you're eating. Oh no. Oh no. This led to so much confusion on his part, but after questioning of why chickens are eaten, he let it go and finished his dinner, albeit with less relish. Where did the relish come in? You said ketchup, first of all. I know some of you will ask, no, I didn't go into detail about chicken slaughter and how food is processed. That is daunting even for some adults, especially in regards to the bulk bags of chicken nuggets you get in the freezer section. Exactly. He gets to eat chicken guilt-free. We all are going to continue eating our chicken nuggets, but a little bit of guilt every time. Maybe. At least me. Still not our fault, though. Definitely not an us problem. None of us need to feel bad. And if you do and you have the means to go vegan, vegetarian, that's a choice that you make, that's awesome. However, we are not going to judge the people that don't or can't make that decision or afford to, or just simply need the convenience of different processed meats in their home for their lifestyle that they live, that we will not judge. But every time I eat a little nugget, I'm going to have a little bit of guilt. A little bit of sadness. Not going to do anything about it, though. Going to keep eating nuggets. Okay. The next day when my sister asked her boyfriend to pick up their kid, I told them about the exchange. More confused than anything, saying how he didn't seem to know chicken nuggets were made out of actual chicken. And when I explained the exchange, people need commas more. Explained the exchange we had. My sister was pissed at me telling me I had no right to try and educate her son about things and upset him when he's just a little kid and doesn't need to worry about that sort of thing. I explained it hadn't been me trying to educate him, but honestly just a slip up as I was confused at his age. He should know that sort of thing. I was an English major. Okay. He asked, I don't think you lie. If he's old enough to be thinking the question, he's probably old enough to be able to be explained and answer in a way that is just understandable for him even at 5, because 5-year-olds can understand things. He also didn't seem that worried about it. He did seem to just understand, like, oh, okay, yeah, we eat some of them, and that's okay. If he asked, she disagreed strongly about this, and at this point, her boyfriend added that they weren't teaching him about food and what animal it comes from until he's older, as for now, it's best he just eats without worrying about the fact that whatever is on his plate was once alive. But he's not worried about it. He isn't worried. Then they told me if I had intended to do this sort of thing again, they won't ask me to babysit again. First of all, you didn't intend to do it. It was an accident. Because he definitely should have just known that. He also asked. So if he's old enough to ask, he's old enough to understand. I won't lie, I was upset by this, but agreed as he is their kid, and I don't think I was in the wrong. But I don't think I was in the wrong to tell him. I also don't think they're doing him any favors by Are they lying to him actively when he's like, which meats is a kid eating? I think there's definitely, you don't explain to them where hot dogs come from. Just leave that one out. Just don't talk about that one. But if they're asking about what, like burgers and raw meat, he doesn't know what any of that is. Are you actively lying? What are you telling him it is? It's just a nugget of things. And they named it after chicken because the guy who made them just really liked chickens. Is that why he thought that? Did you tell him that? You have to fix that. At some point, you're gonna have to fix that now. And one of them slipped up because he probably shouldn't have been lied to about it. We don't talk about where hot dogs come from, though. We only clarify that they're not dogs. It's just, but we don't clarify what they are. We don't talk about them. You just let them eat their hot dog in peace. Never talk about it. Also, like, kids eat, like, what? Bacon, ham. When they eat, like, a ham sandwich, bologna. Why do we not eat bologna as adults? What is it? And why do we actively agree that it shouldn't be eaten as an adult? And it's only a kid lunch meat? I remember really liking bologna. Like, a lot. Am I missing out as an adult that I've just written it off as not being acceptable for me to eat bologna anymore because it's only for children? It is kind of gross, isn't it? But also, I really liked it as a kid. I loved bologna, so I don't really know. I don't know how to feel. Not the asshole. My 3-year-old niece wants to be a vegetarian because for an entire month she was a triceratops, and triceratopses eat grass. Cool. Anyway, now she's a penguin. She knows that Nemo is on the menu. Smart girl. They are raising their child wrong by protecting him from harmless facts. I know a girl who didn't know that shrimps, when fresh, aren't orange. She discovered that shrimps are kind of gray when she worked on research at the age of 22. That one I can understand. There's never a time to, like, just explain the color of shrimp before they're cooked. But also, did you just never encounter that until you were 22? You just never encountered it? Okay. She's a penguin now. She's a penguin now. Last month, she was a triceratops. Now she's a penguin. But she gets to know what things eat. And some things eat animals, including us, sometimes. Not the asshole. Some people think kids are really stupid and treat them as such. He would have learned at school by another kid. Eventually, yeah, it was going to come up. So probably should have come from you, I think. Especially if they're not raising him to not eat meat for personal reasons. They're just raising him to eat meat, but not let him know where it comes from because there's a guilt there, maybe. Or they don't want him to have a guilt, but also he seemed fine with it. So I don't really know. You're not the asshole. You're not the asshole. You also didn't do it on purpose. And they said, if you have this intention, we won't have you watch him again. You didn't have the intention in the first place. Anyway. I'm going to play us some music on our way out. Thank you guys all for hanging today on stream. Lovebot, thank you for the 100 bits. Bambi, thank you for the Prime. Hoodoos, I don't know how to say your name, I'm so sorry. Thank you for the Prime. You're helping me learn a lot. Helping me a lot to learn English. I was an English major. I'm pretty good at it sometimes, except for when I tweet with a mistake and then I delete it and I repost it and everyone's like, we saw that one. That was weird. Let's make sure I have all the hugs hugged out. I would never have been an English teacher. I'd never wanted to be a teacher. Everyone tells me I give teacher vibes, and I never want to teach. The closest I got was doing like some work in a school, and I never want to teach. I'd be probably really good at it though, I'm not gonna lie. However, wouldn't ever want to do it. Shout out to teachers, what you do is hard. And thankless. Oh, the only hug is Logo Spooky. Logo Spooky, get in here. Thank you guys all for hanging out today. I had a lot of fun reading Am I the Assholes. Hope you're having a good Easter. I'm gonna go eat dinner, and I don't really know what I'm gonna get for dinner for my Easter meal. I might just eat leftovers. But thanks for hanging out today. I had a lot of fun. I love reading these. It's so much fun. And I'm gonna continue working on getting an edit of us reading these from like already a month or so ago, hopefully. And that'll be fun. And we have Origins coming out in another couple days on my YouTube, so subscribe. Cool. Let me send you guys off to spread all your cool vibes. And thanks for joining, giving your opinions, hanging out. And let's see. Boom. I'm vibing out. Hold on. I'm having you guys read Jordan. He's playing Fortnite, and I'm a little bit interested in the idea of playing Fortnite with no building, because that was my only issue when I played any Fortnite ever, which was very little. And I like playing first-person shooters a lot, but I hated building in Fortnite. But they have a buildless mode, and I'm a little bit interested because at the very least I know like the basics of Fortnite. I could probably play it, and I've been looking for a game to get into so I can shoot some guns. And I don't play Overwatch anymore, but maybe I will start playing Overwatch anyway because Overwatch 2's coming out, and I might get sucked in. I'm not gonna lie, I might get sucked in, and I apologize in advance. Because it will become everyone else's problem too, because I'll probably stream it. But I haven't been playing any other one, so I'm like interested in it. But go watch Jordan play Fortnite. Go join the raid. Thank you guys for joining. Go bring good vibes. Don't break the rules. Ask the mods what they are so you don't break them by accident. And go spread the vibes. And thanks for your vibes here today. Happy Easter. And I'll see you guys all. I forgot what day it was again. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. Thank you guys. Goodbye. Goodbye.